let's get into this thing. So this is, our goal today is a little bit different. We're not just here to go smash our way to the boss again this time. My main goal this time is to explore some of the side zones, because I've only explored some of them, and I'm sure there's some interesting stuff in there. So that's our plan. Hey Alums, yeah, that Dwarf Fortress series was fun. I'm glad to see you've made it over here instead, or as well, rather. Let's new game our way into some shenaniganry. Trying to get your Twitch sorted for streaming your first ever stream with D&D. Well, that should be fun. Hard to go wrong with some good D&D. All right, into Noita we go. So, we're probably still going to be experimenting with making some silly wands, because that's something that I'm not very good at yet, but I'm learning. I feel like I'm getting better. So hopefully we'll be able to make something happen there. We have already got a modifier on this particular set of floors. It's going to mean it's full of random furniture, so we'll just have to keep an eye out for anything of interest. Is this freezing? It's water. I already have a water potion, but I'll take another one just in case. Yeah, I picked up the Steam version of Dwarf Fortress, but I still actually have not touched it since I bought it. It's a game that needs some dedicated energy to really make sure I know what I'm doing, and I just haven't been in the mood for that lately. So, what am I stuck on there? That's weird. So far haven't really gone into the Steam version yet, but I like the look of it as far as the like updated tile set and everything goes to make it more playable. So, it's nice to see that they're making efforts. That guy's got the moves. Making efforts to make it more new user friendly, even if it hasn't been something that I've actually dedicated time into yet. As a reminder, for anyone who might be new, in this Noita version that we're playing, there is an ability for users to vote on modifiers they want to put into my game. So if you, when there's a box over here, vote for any of those numbers, the one that gets the most votes will happen. So keep an eye out for that if you are interested in making my life easier or harder. Did I ever try Sword of the Stars: The Pit? I played a lot of Sword of the Stars: The Pit. I really enjoyed it until they brought in the DLCs. And my problem with the DLCs was mostly just that they introduced so many different types of ammo and equipment that I found you really needed to do a bunch of preparation runs before you could actually do a legitimate attempt at anything. And that meant that it was really hard to like just play it without dedicating a ton of time to prep, and kind of lost my interest at that point. But I really enjoyed it as the version that it originally released as. Lurking the stream time, retain your fragile lead in Mario Party? Well, good luck. Mario Party is a fickle beast. So even what looks like a sturdy lead can be taken away at the last second. This one is just straight up worse than the one I was using before, so we'll swap it back. Or we might take the spark bolt out of it once we have the ability to edit our wands. There's just like a whole dresser falling down there, which is unexpected, but there's another one. Now, I am not a big fan of these guys when you have not a ton of damage on a shot, because those acid bubbles of theirs will block our bullets, but we'll make it work. Good to see you, Dragon Lord. Always good to have folks coming out to join in the shenaniganry here. Now, we're gonna try and grab ourselves some loot early on, because the faster we have a decent setup, the more likely we'll be to be able to explore the early side paths without getting immediately forced out again. Our health is still quite fragile right now, so if we're not careful, we can take damage real fast and have to retreat to a holy mountain to heal. So we'll see what happens, but there's plenty of interesting things for us to explore and almost undoubtedly die against. I have only explored some of the side zones so far, and the reason I have not explored them further is because I die whenever I try. So we'll see if we can get a run that actually makes it reveal some secrets to us. This is the real problem, though. These guys just shoot faster than we can actually hurt them. Gotta kind of get the drop on them like that if we want to make damage actually land. Oh, gunpowder trail is going to be very nasty. Let's put that fire out before we die. I'm stuck on nothing. Unstick me, please, game. What am I stuck on? There we go. Gotta be very careful, because every time we shoot, it sprays down exploding gunpowder now. Probably won't last for too much longer, so we don't have to be careful for too long, but if we forget while it's still active, we may wind up taking a lot of unnecessary damage. Now that barrel is a problem. This guy can throw TNT up there, so he can pretty easily blow that up on us. But thankfully our gunpowder trail has stopped, so we aren't as likely to blow ourselves up now, at least. So we'll take that for now. Yeah, exactly, Nihil. The perils of a roguelike. The more items you add, the harder it becomes to find what you actually need. And I think they added some cool stuff in the later expansions of that game. It just made it so difficult to actually make a run happen with your need to shuffle through everything else. So it goes. What is this? This is Flummoxium. I don't want that. Flummoxium is confusion powder, basically, or confusion juice. It reverses the controls if you step in it, and I don't really know what it does to the computer if the computer stands in it. But more of a hazard for us that I don't really want to deal with. Unfortunately, we haven't really found any good wands this far in, and neither have we found any particularly useful spells. One of the places that I would like to try and explore into is the other side of the dark cave. We'll probably have to loop around back to here later, so we can properly explore that place. But there is some dangerous stuff on the other side of the dark cave, and I would love to go mess around with it when we have a chance. But this early in the run, this ill-equipped, it is not a good idea for us to head over there, so we're just gonna finish exploring this area and see what we can find. There's really doesn't seem to be a whole lot left in here, though. Do we have any enemies in these areas? Do we have anything running around here? There's a fella. Take him out. We want to try and get a little bit more gold than this, too. 350 gold is not a lot. Ideally, it's nice to have at least, like, 400 to 600 gold, because that way, if you need to reroll perks, you have enough chance to do 2 rerolls at the start. And if you want to be able to buy wands, you have enough money to actually buy 1 or 2 if there's something really good there. Thankfully, all these little hummies are very good for replenishing our gold supply, because they're not that dangerous, and they each drop 10 gold. Barrel rain, uh-oh. Let's just keep moving, and I'm surprised that nothing exploded there. They must have all landed on ground level, so the impact of the barrels didn't immediately blow anything up. Come on over this way. Oh, that works too. I was gonna try and detonate that barrel on him, but he died before I could. These fire wizards are one of the most dangerous guys on floor 1, but if he's willing to just not look at us, that does make things a heck of a lot easier. I think that's Acceleratium there, which is a nice one. Either that or Levitatium. Acceleration, we'll take that. It's not incredible, but if we do need to go up on the surface, that'll help. What is this, Donkey Kong? Yeah, we got a very unexplosive barrel rain there. Usually that is much more dramatic. I'll take it, but still a surprise. What is this thing? It's like a cryopod or something. I don't think that's actually what it is, but that's what it looks like to me. Thankfully, here's a bunch more gold, so we'll actually pick up some loot and make something happen here with this run. We are taking a little bit of extra unnecessary damage, so we're going to be a little bit more careful with the way that we're running headlong into enemies, but we'll make it work. Ideally, because right now we basically only have an extra TNT as our interesting spells. So, ideally we want to try and find something that'll give us a little bit more oomph in our magic as we get started here, but If we don't find anything soon, we'll have to move on to the next area and keep rolling. Thankfully, we do have the TNT now, so we can tunnel a little bit more easily. Bunch more of these little purple fellas, though. More free money, which we'll take. And I guess we'll do a quick scan over to the right-hand side, because if there is anything else left at this point, it's probably going to be over there. So let's scoot underneath and go take a look. I believe we already checked this wand, so we can probably just go underneath around the backside over here. In fact, let's just open up our own path here with a stick of dynamite. Get down directly. Alright, I can see this is not going super great as far as getting us a fast start. So we might just roll on, see if our first perk choice can help speed us up a little bit. And then we might be able to do a little bit more with our early game stuff. We are sitting right by the bottom already, so it's not too much further to actually get somewhere useful. Summon hostile ghosts? Well, that's mean. At least it wasn't polymorph creatures. That one is really mean on the first floor. I want to go find some guys we can fight, but everything here is already blocked off. Can I sneak under here now? Oh, yes we can! Viking pirates trying to kill us. I see how it is. Whenever monsters are spawned via these events, they'll all be named after players, so... Thanks for that. We have a gold pouch here, which is a ton of free money. That's a nice find. And that'll also help with some of the other things I'm trying to do in this run. So that's actually a really nice early grab. I think we're probably just going to pour this gold out and get out of here. So let's see how much gold is in this bag. It will probably be quite a bit. The cool thing about having one of these bags is once we empty out the current contents, we can go fill it up with any other powder-type items that we find along the way, which can be pretty useful. So right now we have 743 gold. Nice, that was 999 gold in that bag. Oh, it was 1,000 gold in that bag. I will take it. Time for us to get out of here, into the portal to our holy mountain. So... now that we're in our interstitial zone, we can grab a quick heal back up again. I might grab this too, but we'll leave it for a second here. We have a couple different options of spells to grab. Grabbing a luminous drill might be a fast way to help us become more silly with our magic options. What is this? Long distance cast? Long distance cast has some cool potential to use stuff that I never get to use, and it's only 10 gold, so I'm gonna buy that too. I don't know for sure if we're going to use long distance cast for anything, but it makes it possible to use spells that will otherwise destroy you. Because if we put it on a wand here... do we have a non-shuffling wand I can use to test? Yeah, we do. If we put it on a wand, it'll make it so that the spell starts away from us. And that's super relevant if you have a spell that creates something at your location that would otherwise destroy you. So, it means we actually have the ability to potentially survive some more dangerous stuff. Now, the luminous drill, we could put it on one of our existing wands here. But it doesn't make a huge difference at this point. Our wand is already kind of fast enough without adding it in at the moment. So, until we get something we actually want to use as the base of a powerful wand, we'll probably leave that one alone. We'll have it in reserve for when we find something useful later. What do we have in here? Angry Ghost. Bombs materialize, which means you can turn projectiles into your inventory as throwables. And Stronger Levitation. Stronger Levitation is a nice quality of life upgrade, but let's just reload that. What do we have here? Faster projectiles can be pretty good. Peace with the Gods isn't relevant right now, and Close Call is fine. I'm gonna do one more reroll and see if we can get something good here. Bouncing spells, personal plasma beam, an extra item in the Holy Mountain. I don't think any of these are good. So I guess we have enough money to reroll one more time. Melee immunity is very nice. We're gonna take that one. Those aren't all bad powers, they're just not exciting powers. So hopefully we'll be able to make do with better things as we get a little bit further in here. Now I think I accidentally left my TNT off my bar, which is unfortunate. I meant to keep that on there. And we can't tweak our spells anymore now that we've left the Holy Mountain. So we'll have to make do without the dynamite directly until we get to another place where we can edit our magic. But we shouldn't need it. We do still have our other proximity explosive ability, so this is a bad place to run out of flying. Thankfully, our healing ghosts are super OP, so they're going to make sure that we have a lot more survivability than we normally would in the early stages of the game here, as they can just absorb a ton of incidental damage. Guess I'm getting real sloppy around this guy here, but we're already back to full health again, so what can I say? Yeah, Viking, it's, the names are not necessarily clear as to what they'll do, so part of the fun, at least for me, is hitting the random effects and seeing what actually happens when they do it. Some of them are good and some of them are quite bad. But sometimes it's fun to find out what they mean. So, as far as I know, this area doesn't have anything on the right. It's just a wall. But it does have the fungal area on the left. And one of the reasons that we came here is to see if we could experiment a little bit with that, and that's why we need the bag. One of the clues we learned earlier implied that we need to consume some mushrooms while standing on a platform. So the bag will help us actually be in the right place when we try and trigger whatever that's going to do. So hopefully that'll mean we have the opportunity to learn something in our first major side area that we actually have access to. We'll experiment around with it and see what happens, though. Hey, Eisenhonig. Hope you're doing well. So far, we're off to a bit of a slow start here, but hopefully we'll be able to make something cool happen. Loot! Whoa! Thank you! Another acceleration potion. My inventory is a little already full of that, but... Is this a swamp potion? Or a water potion? I don't really want a swamp potion, and I have a regular water potion on hand. I'll take a second acceleration potion for now, anyway. Swamp is almost as good as water, except you can set it on fire. Because the surface of it is more peat than regular water. So far, though, this is a very quiet area. There's been a couple of these little fireflies, but there hasn't been really too much coming at us right off the top. I shouldn't complain too much, because it could always be more aggressive, but it is still a little surprising. The real problem is our weaponry is real bad. Until we can get some more powerful spell options going here, it still takes us a bunch of shots to actually take out any of these early game enemies. So hopefully we can find something that'll make our arsenal a little bit more formidable soon. Keeping yourself damp so you have some kind of liquid stain on you can actually be super useful. If you're wet and you touch fire, you won't ignite until all of the water is off of you. It doesn't quite work that way in all cases, because if you're wet with oil, obviously you become more likely to stay ignited. But for water and most other fluids, that's a nice little side effect of having yourself be covered, so we can try and take advantage of that when we have the opportunity to re-coat ourselves in water here. Okay. Is there anything interesting? Ooh. Anything interesting up here? This is where that stronger levitation would be nice, but just by tapping our levitation button instead of holding it, we can go quite a bit higher up. Trying to dodge getting shotgunned here if we're lucky. We didn't get shotgunned, but we did walk into a bunch of that glitter grenade debris. Looks like that whole place is on fire now, so that's one less thing to worry about. It just got weirdly dark there for a second. I don't know what that was about. Can we make it do that again? Why did all the light go? Why did it get so dark? What is happening? It's not like we have a random effect that made it more dark. Why did it get so dark? All of our previously explored map areas are gone. Drunk creatures. Nearby creatures are drunk. Okay, so that means their accuracy is going to be all over the place. And that can be... That is a lot of lava just pouring out of this guy. That can make things interesting. Unfortunately, for them, we have an interesting little challenge here. So, this is a fun little puzzle. It has a place for us to fill it with water, but filling it with water actually won't do anything on its own. What we have to actually do is fill the top part with steam. And I don't know if I have a very good way to produce a lot of steam right now. We have an explosive, so I can try just throwing a bomb in here and seeing if that creates enough. It makes some. Let's try it again. We need a bit more steam than we're making, though, so this might not be enough. If we pour some more water in and throw a couple more explosives in, we might be able to make this happen. Otherwise, we might need to come back once we have a more reliable way of producing the smoke we need. Toss another 2 in there and pop them both. Will that be enough? It looks like no. So the problem here... Oh, it did do it! Hey, we got it. I was about to say, the problem here might be that it's not water vapor if it's smoke from the explosions. But we did get something. It is a very weird looking staff. It has extra knockback power, but it just produces toxic mist. We'll hold on to this one, though. It has some real potential here to become a good wand. But we can't use it right now, otherwise all we will do is put poison directly on ourselves. That's where that long-distance cast might come in useful if we want to try and use that toxic mist ability without immediately murdering ourselves, or at least damaging ourselves with it. Now, our healing ghosts are gone, so I have to be a little more careful about what we do running into enemies-wise, but we'll see what we can make happen here. So overall, we do still want to keep going west, because west is where the fungal caverns are, and the fungal caverns do have something we want to mess around with. So let's see what we can find if we make our way over that way. Yeah, we have access to the fungal caverns here. One of the big problems with the fungal caverns is that our weapons are still super weak. So we're going to have a bit of a challenge here trying to actually fight some of these more dangerous enemies, but if we can get them stuck like this, then it's not so much of a big deal, is it? Oh, he unleashed himself. Might still die before he can get out. I was trying to lay a trap there with that mine, but it did not work. Because the problem is, we saw that robot's over here, and I don't know if we're actually fast enough to hurt him. Oh, hey, improve wands. Nice. Okay, he's coming fast. Let's, that's not where that was supposed to go. There we go. We'll pop him with one of those crystals. Oh, wow. We improved our wands quite a bit, actually. This is much faster than it was a minute ago. Still not very good damage, but it is way faster than it was a minute ago. Is this all levitation? Yes, it is. Okay, we can step in it then. For a second there, I thought that might have been some kind of teleportation, but the teleportation's more blue, so I should have seen that coming. There's a little spawner here for homies. Unfortunately, it's not free money because they don't actually produce gold if they come from one of those spawning hives. So we can just clear it out and make our way through here more safely. There's a bunch of wands down here, so we might be able to get something else interesting. I don't know if they would be in range of that wand improvement effect or not, but we'll see what's what. It's good to remember that I actually can ignore those tentacles because I'm melee immune. I always forget what exactly our immunities protect us from. That is a crazy wand. It shoots 7 spells a cast, which means it's probably not actually very good. But, it's got some stuff in there we might want, so we'll hold on to it for now. We can't just take the spells out of it. We'll have to get back to the Holy Mountain in order to be able to make changes, but that has some real potential to be interesting. This steel cage here makes it pretty hard for us to actually get in and get the wand out of that case, because we can only really access it from below. And we don't really have a good way to blow things up from below right now. The gold orb we can kick once for free. Every time you kick that orb after the first time, it has a chance to explode. So, the first one is always easy peasy, but after that you're starting to gamble every time you kick it again. You can get a lot of money from it, but you can also lose a lot of health to it in a hurry. Okay, we have another levitation potion here. What I think we're going to want to do here is combine a levitation potion and a acceleration potion. So this could be a good opportunity to make a really powerful mixture. So if we just dump a full potion in here, then we can go replace this vial with the levitation we saw upstairs, and we can do a little bit of science. A little bit of alchemy, rather. Alright. Chuck that one away. And let's grab this. So there's an interesting little thing. Levitation makes you go up faster, accelerating makes you go across faster. But this is one of the few alchemical interactions that I know about. If you put these both in the same space, they turn into a new substance called hastium, which does both. Unfortunately, we have a wizard coming to try and murder us, so... Oh, no, he's gone. We're good. I was going to say, it's going to impede our alchemy here, but it looks like it will not any further. Oh, wow, we have some extreme spread. I see. Not quite what I had in mind, but you know what? It'll do. If we can mix all this stuff up here, and we can replace our bottles with some hastium instead, which has the properties of both elements. Alright, so now if we refill this here, we should get a nice bottle full of hastium. Hastium and a little bit of both individually, that's fine. Hastium is quite nice to have on hand, so I'm going to fill up as much as I can get of those, which will probably be that much. They're not perfectly mixed, but it'll do the job. Alright, in the meantime, we are super fast and super mobile. Oh, I think he has a drilling wand. That would be super handy to be able to grab and replace our explosive with. Yes, he does have a drilling wand. We're a little stuck, but we have a drilling wand now, so we're not stuck at all. Wow, that's actually a really good drilling wand, too. What is this? Nothing that exciting. Okay. So what we're going to do here is we're going to grab that powder bag and use it to grab some of this fungus. Because we're going to need some of that later. And we can scoop it up pretty easily since we have a powder bag on us. We do have some exploring still to do in here, so let's take a quick look around before we get too lost. There's a specific structure in here that we need to find. So ideally, we'll be able to get there without blowing it up this time. Last time we tried to do this on stream, we happened to do a remove ground spell right next to the altar I was trying to find, so it deleted the whole thing. And by spell, I mean chat effect. So hopefully that doesn't... Oh, I'm frozen. Good thing we're immune to melee attacks, otherwise we could be dead very quickly here. That's always a little spooky. Well, let's scoop up more of this powder. We got a mostly full bag now. There's probably a bit of fungal soil. Oh, there's some rotten meat in there too. We don't want that. Hisey Rain! Oh, good. That could be a problem, because it's going to spawn a lot of different monsters in here, which could be from quite a bit later areas in the game. Yeah, that's going to be a problem for our low firepower output. Thankfully, we have a bit of a choke point here that can kind of keep them at bay. The sniper is a problem. Those guys hurt. Thankfully, so far so good. The big thing we got lucky with is it didn't spawn any of the, like, tier 2 size Hisey, the big guys with the big poison guns or grenade launchers. Because that would be much more dangerous at this point. Okay. What is over here? There is an ant over here. There was an ant over here. So there's another fella following us from that Hisey Rain that we missed. Ow. They have incredible aim. I'm very good at getting shot directly by them. Now, we're pretty close to our objective here, so I would love to not die at this point. That would be very embarrassing. But we are kind of cornered into space that we don't know anything about. We have to be a little bit more careful, otherwise we are going to wind up blowing up sooner than we find our objective. There's a whiskey potion over there, which we don't really need. Over on the western side, we have another wand here, but that's kind of a junk one. Over on the western side is where we should find the inverted pyramid that we're looking for. But it might be up from where we are right now still. Gotta be careful with these wizards, too. Those dark shots, as you can see, are very blinding. We will be blind for another 10 seconds, which is very dangerous. Yeah, this is scary. We're seeing acid falling around us, and I don't know where it's coming from. Well, whatever happened there, we got off okay. We got a little bit drunk, so I must have broken that whiskey potion that was in front of us. But so far, so good. We're still in it. Just gotta be careful. Although, unfortunately, I did, it looks like, throw all of my water away. So that's not ideal. I'm probably gonna need to get another water potion soon, so we can put fires out. Okay. Oh, summon Steve? That is super mean. Okay, we might need to run away. I would love to be able to try and do our objective here, but I'm not really strong enough to fight a Steve right now. We have neither the health or the weaponry to do it properly. Is that a pheromone potion? Yes, it is. There he is. If he gets around behind us, we are... Oh, okay. We are teleporting. I was about to say, if he gets around behind us, we're in big trouble here. But I have no idea where we are now. So that might be its own problem. Okay. Something big just exploded on that side. Thankfully, it's harder to shoot us up with the acid, because the acid pours out of the bubble downwards when it explodes. There is polymorphine down there, so that's super scary. Because if you touch the polymorphine, you turn into a sheep and then can instantly die. That was the wrong button. I meant to push this button. Alright, we're gonna have to run away now. Otherwise, we are definitely dead. So let's see if we can get out of here alive. I probably would have been okay if I hadn't just shot myself with my own shotgun shotgun spell at point blank. Can we make it to a Holy Mountain checkpoint, please? That's our water location. What else have we got around here? I can't really go down there because I'll be putting myself into a bad line of fire. Jeez. Hello. Okay, so first things first. Let me empty this. We need at least one water potion so we can put out fires and clean off toxins, and it's good to have a fluid that's less reactive than some of these other ones are. So let's dump this out first. Now we can jump into the water and refill. Now we have some nice clean water we can use. I'm not a big fan of going over towards the left again, because we saw there was a bunch of badness over there. It looks like we have our escape point here. I'm just gonna drop straight in, and now we can heal. Okay, nice. Ooh, that's a really good spell for making a silly wand. Grab that, add mana. Alright, so just with what we have right now, we can probably make some real shenanigans. These wands are already pretty crazy. This is probably our best choice, though. It's already very good. The added knockback, I don't know if we actually like that or not, but it is a non-shuffle wand with pretty good mana charge, decent capacity, and it's already very powerful because of that last reroll. So, if we chuck this in here, that'll reduce the recharge time to 0. We can pop an add mana in there to make it make the cost basically nothing. And I think this will make him a shenanigans wand already. Yeah, I'd say that's pretty good. If we wanted to switch it around, these add a lot more cast delay, but the luminous drill brings cast delay down a lot, so we could probably do shotguns instead. That could be fun. Might not be perfect, but it should be fun. And let's see here. Let's grab the speed up out of this wand, grab the bloodlust. I don't know if I actually wanted to use that one, because that makes our projectiles have a chance of hurting us, which can be a real problem if we use them in a bad way. Use them too close to a wall or whatever, we'll just instantly explode. If I put one more in here, does it get any faster? Ah, that's too much mana charge now. So if I take that last one back out, we should still be able to fire it infinitely. No, not quite. There, that's effectively infinite fire speed, so we'll be able to go with that for now. What we're looking for now at this point, I think, is probably going to be a... Oh, it doesn't always cast rock. That's actually pretty interesting, too. Because rocks do a lot of damage. They're like physics damage, so they work in a different way. But yeah, we could basically always fire a rock with this thing. I don't know if I want that, because I'm not very good at using the physics objects, but it's good to know that we have it as an option. Alright, let's take a look back over here and see if there's anything else we want to grab. I think so far this stuff is all fine. Nothing we really need. So we'll leave it alone and go take a look at our options over here. Enemy radar, Leukemine, which is a spider, and plague rats. I don't like those, but I actually can't afford to change them, so I guess we'll take enemy radar. Getting a little bit of forewarning where enemies are can help us get murdered by an ambush, so that can be pretty good. Is there anything else we want to tinker with our wands before I forget? We have the drill wand really fast now, so I don't really need explosives for the time being, and these we can probably swap whenever we need to. We've got a pretty silly machine gun wand here now, so I think we're good. Let's get down there. Oh, treasure rain, hello! Loads of money! Actually, this shotgun should be very funny with the knockback effect that we have, because I'm pretty sure every individual projectile has the same knockback effect, so it will really shove enemies out of the way. Which might actually make it hard to focus them down, but it should be funny. This is also, excuse me, this is also kind of a drilling wand at this stage of the game, because snow is vulnerable enough to the shotgun damage that it will shred its way through it. I thought there was a sniper over here, but maybe we killed them already. Nope, there he is. Snipers have very long range and very good accuracy, so we don't want to deal with him anymore. Thank you very much. Okay, so thankfully, since we're at this point, we do have the ability to go back up pretty easily from here. So we may go back up after this floor so we can go and properly try and finish off what we wanted to do in the fungal zone. I don't think I want that. Oh, I can just drink this, can't I? Yeah, there we go. Now we can move faster around this place. We're gonna kick the hand. Machine gun down the guy who spawns out of the hand. I don't really know what's up with these guys yet, but I have a feeling it does something if we kill them all, so... If we see any more of those hands, we'll have to try and make a point of blowing them up and see if anything interesting happens. We have some firepower now, which means we actually have an opportunity to mess around with some of these things. There were two that spawned in that one, and one went straight to space. I don't know where he went, but he's not here anymore. This wand is fine. I think it's another Bloodlust. If it was just a straight damage up, we'd probably want it, but... Hey! Bloodlust is not our favorite. Whoa, watch out for the lightning, please. Thankfully, looks like this shotgun's knockback also seems to stun most of these guys, which is pretty handy for us keeping the area controlled. Okay. Down below, I guess this is where some of our acceleration must have wound up? I'll take it either way. It's not Hastium though, it's just the one, so weird. We also know there's still a Steve up at the top, so if we do go back into the fungal area, we're gonna have to watch out for that angry Steve running around. The other question that I'm unclear about is where our second hand guy went. I didn't see him at all. Oh, another improved wands. Wow. Alright. Well, this wand is gonna keep getting more silly if we hold on to it and wands keep improving. What is this? Oh, hello. This is another... Ooh, always cast. For free mana. That's kind of a big deal. The mana charge speed on it is terrible, but always cast 30 mana add is pretty darn good. I don't know if it's going to be better than the one we've already got, since we have an add mana in it already, but it's definitely worth holding on to. As you can see, this one doesn't do a lot of damage right now. It just barrages people down so they don't have a chance to do anything about it. We're only hitting them for 5 or 10 on every individual shot, but it does the job. It does the job. So, there is another interesting zone on the left-hand side of this map. We're not super well equipped to explore it right now because it's very dark in there. But we may go just give it a look since we have a decent amount of health stored up and if we can go explore it now, we might actually be able to do something in there instead of having to just loop all the way back around after we come to the top zone. That said, if I keep taking damage like this, we're not gonna have a lot of health left by the time we get over to take a look at it, so... Whoa, something's happening over there. I don't know what just shoved all those guys away. Oh, it must have been the electric fella still. Yeah, those electric shots really hurt, and I might be dead. Oh, he stunned us in the water, but thankfully we were able to kill him before it actually took us out. Spooky. Well, we're alive again, which is the important thing. We may need to choose a weapon that's going to be a little bit more reliable for us, though, because this one... we're still taking a lot of damage in our attempts. Come on now. No more sniping. Alright, so what else have we got here? We got... this area on the left is where I'm going to be trying to get into, but obviously there's no opening here yet. The opening must be higher up. So let's loop around and we'll be able to see what's over there. The big problem right now is just the low health state. Here's the entrance. The magical temple. So, this place is always dark. Oh. Portal to the surface. That's handy. I guess we'll take that. First we have to deal with these guys, though. He should have dropped some loot there for us. There we go. These guys cast some orbs that all have different sub-effects on them. And you can tell which kind they are by the pattern on their eyes. Or on their face, I guess, more specifically. Oh, the portal's gone! Oh, I thought it was gonna stay! Rats. My bad, folks. I was definitely gonna take that portal. I just didn't realize it was timed. Well, that's no good. Alright, let's see if we can explore into here then a little bit. There's another wand up top, so let's check that real quick, just to make sure there's nothing important in there. 2 glowing bolts, and crits on wet targets. Not bad, but probably nothing we need. Another wand over here to check real fast. That one has a straight-up damage plus. That is a good effect to be able to put on our wands to make them more powerful. I'll take it. The wand itself isn't as good as that wand, but being able to get the spell components to use later is probably going to be worth it. Alright, well we already started fighting our way in here. Let's go take a look around. With enemy radar, we might be able to see things before they immediately kill us. There are some big bads in here. Ouch. Yeah, we already can only take about 1 more hit, so we're probably gonna have to bail on this for now and come back later. Which is annoying. I want to go explore it, but we're just not quite powerful enough to be able to reasonably survive in there yet. So, let's make our way out of here and work our way around. If we can make our way back up to the top, back up to the first area, we can go... oh, okay. That's bad. We can go grab the full heal inside the dark cave. And that'll probably make us a little bit more readily able to explore some of the other places that we previously tried to go. That's nothing super important that we need. So we need to go over to the east wall now, because that's where we have the passage back up to the surface, since I wasted our portal. Let's see what we can do with it. It's a little bit of a walk. We could use some of our hastium here if we want to try and go a little bit faster, but I'm a little hesitant to rush at this point, because there's a good chance... whoa! There's a good chance that, yeah, we're gonna run into an enemy and die. Those snipers are mean, man. Alright, back we go. Back to the start. All we needed to do was make it to the right-hand side safely, but we couldn't quite get there. Was it freezing projectile or freezing field? I thought it was freezing field. At least we didn't get... We had to explode first, like in this dream title. Exactly. We had a nice dramatic explosion. Ah, our wand is so slow again. It's fine. We'll get back at it and see what we can do this time instead. Hopefully we'll be able to get a more interesting spell selection at the start. Yeah, boom doesn't kill you. It's just neat. It can kill you when all the things that exploded fall on you, but boom itself never kills you. Alright, so far, not a whole lot going on in this cave. There's some fellas. Let's get down here and clear them out. We have another levitation potion here, which is fine. I might take that and go get the fun rainbow effects, because I realized last time I did that, I never actually used them all. So I don't know if they actually got added to my unlocked spell list or not. A little unclear, but exactly how that works. We got a gunpowder trail again. That's weird. The first upgrade both times that the team gave us was gunpowder trail. Unfortunately, I don't think I can actually put fire out with this. This is gonna hurt pretty bad, because I don't know if there's any water around here. Help! That's gotta be a first. We put a fire out by drowning ourselves in coal. I keep forgetting we have gunpowder trail still. Okay. Yeah, my health was quite low. I only had about 24, 25 health, and I took a 30 damage shot instantly from a sniper. Okay. Let's see if we can get started here. There's a lightning rock there, but I don't think that's going to be super relevant to us. I could grab it, doesn't hurt, but I don't know how useful it'll be. I should need to grab some water, so I should probably try and get rid of this polymorphine somewhere. It is true polymorphine, so it'll turn whatever we throw it at into a sheep, which might be useful, but it's also polymorphine, which makes it very scary. Splash ourselves with it, and we suddenly become a 1-health sheep. We know there's a wand in here, so I'm trying to see if we can maneuver our way over to it. It's in a pool of chaotic polymorphine. This might not be a great choice again here. We got a regular Hisi, found himself a fireball wand. I'll grab it for now. It's better than no wand in the slot, even if it might not actually be very good yet. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get that wand out of the polymorphine. That's a big pit. Just a regular TNT here. That might help, actually. Let's see what else we can find at the start of this run here. I'm already down to only 50 health, which is not great for being so early in the run, but... I guess we could probably blow a hole in the bottom and let it out that way, because you can't light polymorphine on fire, but if we do pour it out the bottom, we will be flooding the lower parts of the level with polymorphine, which isn't necessarily better. That's not great. That guy's a little bit tougher than we can handle right now. Let's just make sure we stay out of his line of sight for a second. What is this? It's not even a good wand. Alright. Hopefully he'll turn back to normal before too long. We won't have to fight him like that. I would love to dump our polymorphine, but there's still just a lot going on around here, so we're gonna have to be careful first. All of our projectiles become explosive for a time. Okay. That really cuts down our refire rate. But it does give us a nice blast power. On every shot. Unfortunately, it doesn't really help you dig. As you can see, it just kind of like darkens the wall if you hit them with a blast projectile. But so be it. There's a lot of polymorphine down here for some reason. I wonder who did that. Okay, let's keep rolling. There we go. So far, so not a whole lot. It's too bad. That last one did have some good potential there before we exploded ourselves from a sniper. Can you accidentally hurt yourself with your explosive shots? I'm pretty sure I can, yeah. I'm not going to test it, because our health's already a little low, but I'm almost certain we can. And hi, Rose, by the way. Good to see you. Now this left side should be basically clear, so what we're gonna do is, we're gonna grab the emerald tablet that's over here, and go do a little side trip. Okay, now we need to make our way back up to the surface, where we're gonna take use of our levitation here to go and grab a little prize. It's too bad we don't have the acceleratium anymore either. If we had both of those, it'd make it much nicer to travel across the overworld to go grab this thing. But we have the opportunity, so we'll go do it now anyway. Oh, that's not dead end. That's no good. Have to loop under here and hopefully not fall in the polymorphine. Chaotic polymorphine's less likely to get us instantly killed. It's more likely to turn us into a late-game enemy that actually has abilities or can fly or whatever. But still dangerous to touch if you're not ready for it. If we're lucky, there could be a potion of acceleration in here too, so we'll just do a little peek around before we make our way right back up to the surface to see what else we might be able to grab. Ah, it's a broken wand, not a potion after all. We do have a bit of inventory space for a broken wand, but not one that I want to try and navigate to just at this moment right now. Okay, let's get our way back to the overworld. So this might be a bad idea, because we have to go to the west in order to make this happen, and in so doing, we're definitely going to cause problems for ourselves by spawning a whole bunch of acid-throwing bad guys behind us. But we'll figure it out, I guess. We're going to start by going straight up. All projectiles eat up the ground for a time. I can probably make use of that. I should just go to the top of the mountain before I do this. Take full use of that altitude the game's gonna give me before I start using the altitude I have to force myself. I actually don't know if I can easily get in there with the spells that I have, though. I don't think I can destroy this top part. And most of my spells only destroy things from above. Oh, Matter Eater! Right! Never mind! Alright, we're grabbing a couple of Orbs of True Knowledge while we're here. There's another one in the pyramid to the east, but for now I think we're just going to grab this and move on. I already forgot about Matter Eater. Makes life much easier, doesn't it? If we just... Something just blew up. I don't know what, but something just blew up. Alright, that didn't quite work the way I had hoped, but that's fine. From here, we can go the rest of the way up. There's all those angry green friends. This area is going to be a mess of acid by the time we have to come back. But there's a bunch of interesting things over here. I don't know what all these mean, and I don't want to know, but I assume they're for accomplishing some kind of specific tasks that'll light them up as you do them in order. Since we're here... There we go. Drop into the snowy wasteland. Aha! The Pahasilma is already available. Nice. I'll grab that. This eyeball is a handy little matter disintegrator that we can carry around with us. And that might be useful to see if I need it in order to do one of the other things that I ran into previously. Now we have a long way to go, though. This is the only downside of trying to do this. The place we're going is like on the leftmost edge of the map. So it's going to take us a while to walk over there. The one downside of trying to find something cool. It's a bit of a hike. Now, I'm probably actually just going to dump this polymorphine potion. I don't want to use it accidentally and have it kill us, so just chuck it in a hole there, makes it less likely I'm going to fall into it when I'm running away from something. And we'll see what else we can find. Potion rain. Uh-oh. Ah. Well, we've made a lot of really gross ice. That's going to be fun to navigate on the way back. Thanks, friends. We have a matter eater down there, which we usually have connected the fire element to, but for now we're going to keep rolling. I bet you there are more elements way underground, and I have never seen a matter eater underground, so you probably have to be able to bring them back up to the surface in order to get them all. Or if there is one for each element, like a fire, an ice, a fire, a water, electricity, and an earth one, then there probably are more, so you can do them all in one run. That's probably also something relevant here. We got a bit of a stroll across the surface, where we're starting to get towards the more interesting westward stuff here. The best kind of troll. Yeah. Alright, we found the big hole. Oh, the bridge is already broken. Well, that's not nice. Okay, that's fine. Let's make ourselves a little, there we go, a little puddle here. We'll fill it up with levitation. Oh, I still have the bottle equipped, so it immediately drained the puddle I just made. Fill it up with levitation. There we go. Now we have a reusable supply of levitation. That should help us get across this gap at least a little bit easier. The only downside is levitation doesn't make us move any faster. It just lets us stay in the air for longer. So if we have to go too far, I am still going to fall in the big hole. Nope, we made it across. We're good. Okay, let's keep rolling. There is a fun thing over here, so you may have seen it if you've been in a previous stream, but I know I didn't use them all last time, so gotta try and make sure we actually go grab them all this time. There can be enemies on the surface too, so you gotta be a little bit more careful. Let's turn on our second music thing. Ooh. Interesting. There's more than one song. Huh. I didn't know that. I don't think I've ever kicked that one before. Alright, so this is what we came here for. If we bring an emerald tablet to this little house, we get a portal. And we might need to do a bit of dodging, because we're not very well equipped weapon-wise. What is this? The experimental wand. Did this spawn the first time we were here and I just didn't notice it? I don't remember seeing this before. I'm gonna take that though, thank you. That looks cool. Ah! Oh, he's picked up our old wand. Let's leave. Yeah, he blew up the cave he was in. You can craft inside the container for future reference. That would be handy if it wasn't for the fact that there's a wizard in there who's got a bomb-throwing wand now. Okay. I was hoping to be able to do some more work in there because I think a couple of these different glimmers are spells that we don't have the ability to actually use yet. But at least now we have a nice fun rainbow wand we can fire. Hey raiders, welcome! Thanks for the raid, Shiro. Up over the ledge, there we go. Welcome Azzy, and all other raiders who might be lurking in the background. I assume you were playing Noita, or were you playing something else? Greetings, Sylvie. It is fun having the rainbow effects on our wands. Noita was good. I hope you were doing some fun stuff in it. I am trying to explore some of the side floors that I haven't really been able to do much in before, but our previous attempt had us explode before we actually managed to do anything particularly cool, so... Not ideal, but we'll try again. We will try again. Here we go. Throwing in Noita. Yeah, ain't that just the way? Thought you'd give your viewers some good content. Yes! It's all... yeah, that's what it's for, right? Rating someone who knows how to play. Well, that might be a bold statement for me. I'm still not good at this game. I like it, but I'm not necessarily good at it. We're gonna try and get back into the main part of the world, though, and deal with some more shenanigans if we can. Now that we've picked up the spells I wanted to, we need to get somewhere to actually equip them all. What is this? What is this? Why is there just like a dark line here? Let's take a look underneath this. I've been over here several times. I don't think I've ever seen this like dark line in the snow. There's something freaking out down here, but I think it's just the snow physics. We dug down until it is too dirty to actually move. This eye has some good digging ability, but it can't dig through some of the harder materials like the rock very quickly. Yeah, it's dirty snow, but it's weird. I don't think I've ever seen it like that before. Unfortunately, we're getting ice falling, water falling on us that's freezing and making it hard to get out of here. Alright, well... weird stuff, but I guess it doesn't actually do anything. Just a weird column of blackened snow. There's so many weird things in this game that I've never seen. Alright. Yeah, exactly, the terrain generation freaking out. I don't know what it was trying to do there, but whatever it was trying to do, it didn't work properly. Alright, it's a little bit of a stroll back to civilization here, but... oh, right, this! Great. Let's drink some worm blood on the way past. Really? The polymorphine touched me even though I was up on this edge? Rude. What am I? I can't move. Yeah, we'll just leave that alone. There's worm blood on the top, so it's not just barf. But I don't know what's up with that. I don't know what we just turned into. What is that? It's oil, pheromone, concentrated mana. Lots of fun stuff up there, but weird. You forgot to end the stream? It's all good. It's all good. There's the polymorphine bottle we threw away. Listen, Wormblood's handy. Being able to see through walls is a super useful ability. I don't think I want to go down there, because it might actually take us down into the underground, and that is a dangerous place for us to be right now. We are not really equipped for that. Ah, if only we had acceleration and not just levitation. This place is really interesting, but it's too big. We'll make our way back across the world and see what else we can do, though, once we get back in there. Okay. We got what we came for. Have I read this one? Hold on a second. What is this one? Yes, I think I just threw the other one away because I had two of them and I didn't need two, so I threw one away to grab the extra eye. It's like, I don't think there's supposed to be one of those tablets there, but Evidently there currently was. Just tunnel ourselves a little bath. Fill it up with levitation. Now we should be able to climb the tree, no problem. Ah, almost. Got a little greedy, that's fine. There we go. There's also this monument here. Don't know what that's all about. I'm sure one day we'll learn what that does, but for now we're fine. Any Noita goals or secrets or things we're trying to figure out? Yeah, so... Whoop, I forgot about these guys. Our main goal for this stream is to explore some of the side areas that I've never actually managed to properly find out what's going on with them in. So, like, there's the magic temple that I want to try and go explore. There's the Luki lair that I want to try and go explore. There is a mysterious pyramid inside the fungal waste, and another one in the zone at the bottom before the final boss that I'd like to go see if there's anything we can figure out with. And there's the area to the left of the dark room that I've accessed a couple of times, but have never, like, successfully done anything in. So we have a bunch of areas like that we want to go try and explore and see if there's anything interesting we can find in them. Some of them I've been in before, some of them I've partly figured out in the past, but that's our main objective this time. The monument is a streamer Easter egg. Oh, fair enough. Keep in mind that in general, we are looking to have no spoilers on the things that are actually secrets. So... I appreciate your cooperation with that in general, everyone, because there are tons of things in this game to figure out, and I've been enjoying figuring them out piecemeal as best as I can. Alright, let's get down out of here, because this has been a mess of an adventure so far. First thing we do need to do before we leave is quickly just refill a water bottle, because right now we have no liquids on us in case we wind up getting set on fire again. That's where most of our early game damage came from. Something's just getting polymorphed down there. Is that a... What is that? It looks like the ghost model, but it doesn't look like the ones that I've seen. Let's maybe go around that. He just polymorphed into something else, but I don't trust him, so we're gonna go a different way. Let's go down here instead. Okay, so we have a heal here if we need it. I'm going to try not to use it unnecessarily here. We have a couple different spell options. I'm not very good at spell crafting yet, but we have a bunch of interesting stuff in here that we can hopefully do something cool with. Hisi Rain. That's bad for me. That's not a great place to be fighting a bunch of Hisi in, but we'll make it work. There's a sniper still over there, somewhere. I think he's inside this guy. Okay, I think we got them all. Is that all, or were there more anywhere? Okay, I think we're good for now. So, one thing I need to do real fast, just so that I don't forget to do it again, is just put all of the different colors into one wand to make sure that I actually have them all registered. I think that's all of them. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, rainbow, and no color. Good. Okay, now they should all be properly registered. So we can pop these back where they're supposed to be and see what we want to do with the rest of it after that. Okay, so the problem now is just putting together a wand that's actually going to work for us. We have some real potential with this one. The only problem here is the recharge time. These guys do bring the cast delay down, but the cast delay doesn't need that many different colors in it, so I can probably take a couple of these out of here again and not have to worry too much about it. The recharge is the big problem, but I think I'm not a genius at making wands, so I'm just gonna experiment a little bit quickly here and see what things do what. So having a luminous drill is a really big benefit for being able to cut down our recharge time as well, so we probably want to grab that. That doesn't quite work. I'm not super clever when it comes to making fast wands on the first try. Let's see here. We also have a teleport bolt, so we're going to want that. That'll let us get back in and out of here so we can come back and mess with things later. Probably going to throw this away for now, put our teleport bolt on this one, swap our experimental one to the front, and take this out. These guys all remove cast delay, which makes them pretty powerful here. As does this, which means we probably have a little overkill on the amount of cast delay reduction that's actually sitting in this wand right now. With all of these things, I actually kind of don't even need the glimmers. The main problem is the refire recharge time, I think. But I'm unclear. Oh, okay, that's a mean one inside the Holy Mountain. That is a very mean one inside the Holy Mountain there, friends. Ow, I'm dead. Well, that's what I get for trying to make a wand do things. It's okay, the important thing is that all of our glimmer wands are actually in our list now, so that's something. Alright. Well, at least I have done that, so I don't have to go back over there again. New game, let's get back in there and hopefully make something actually happen this time. That's weird. Bunch of water just spawned there. Alright, so we have a regular dynamite and another spark bolt. It really seems to like giving me spark bolt these games. Spark bolt's not my favorite starting spell, but it keeps giving it to us every time. The air feels hot. I don't remember what that one means. I guess we'll find out soon enough, but let's see here. I'm sure we'll see... Whoop. See shortly what that means, as the world below us is already on fire and exploding. What do we have on the right side? No, that's a little barricade. We can blow our way through these if we need to. We have a decently sized TNT pocket that we can mess around with. But if enemies are going to be shooting fireballs at us from below, I don't really want to be messing with that right now. Jeez, come on! Cut me some slack here. I guess this means there's a lot of fire wizards? So we just found another one in short order, and we are not really equipped to fight these guys just yet. Oh, and lava trail! Great! Great! There is a treasure chest in there, so we can hopefully get something out of that. It's just very difficult for us to attack things right now because the lava is a problem for us and is not a problem for the enemies we're fighting. Since they bleed lava, they're basically immune to it themselves. There's a pile of gold, which is better than nothing. Okay, lava trail is off. Now we just need to worry about this guy jumping around and fireballing us. Come on now. Yeah, we are not very well equipped to fight him. We could throw water down, but since he's standing on a bunch of lava we fired at him before, he's not going to care about that. So we're just gonna leave. He can live on his own happily there, I think. Okay. What do we have here this time? Can we actually get a run that goes further than the first zone or two? There's a wand. That might be something. I still don't... Oh, great. Looks like it just casts light, though? Or maybe not just, but at least also casts light? We can blow the whole of this open. That'll let us get in there and take this guy out. It is a torch, yes. Not super useful, but you know, we'll take it. I am dying already. We're gonna be a short-lived run here, it looks like. I guess we just bail and get the heal and try and make this run have a better chance with a decent perk. I'm gonna leave them alone, I think. We are getting a tough deal here, game. Work with me here. Ow. Alright, down to 3 health. And that's a spray of toxin, so if any of that touches us, we'll probably start taking damage about 2 a turn and die very quickly. I'd love to get down from here, but there is death on all sides. Alright. Any of these things that can hit us will basically kill us at this point, so we've got to be a little careful. Take the extra max health, though. Thank you very much, and let's get out of here before we die. Whew, that was a rough start. We basically had to sprint out of there, but do we have anything good in this area instead? We have a swapper bolt, which I'm not a big fan of. Let's return. I might grab chain bolt just because chain bolt's way better than the weapon we have right now. I think I'll grab one of those. Much more reliable, at least. Oh, a new wand. I mean, yeah, that's pretty good. I'll take that. No. I didn't know you could do that. I don't think I have ever intentionally thrown a wand. Good to know. So this is still gonna be kind of shotgun questionably useful, but if we can combine that, what's the mana recharge on any of these? This guy's probably gonna be the best for this. Swap the bolt into it. We can use the chain bolt here to give us a little bit more homing firepower. Flammable oil, but immune to fire. I'll take that. I don't think we really have a good way to get around this right now, so we're just gonna jump in here and blow up this first holy mountain. Chain bolt's really powerful compared to the other starting weapons. The range on it's a little short. But if you're close enough to be able to really see the enemy you're aiming at like that, being able to just delete them out of existence is real nice. Each shot will home towards enemies for you, so your aim does not have to be very good. And it'll stay powerful for a while, which makes it much more reliable than our questionably good starting wands. We still want to try and find some other good stuff soon, because, as we know, once we get to the robots part of the game, you really need something with a bit more punch to actually have a chance at killing things without blowing up yourself first. But we'll keep moving for now and see what else we can find. This is definitely a much better start for our ability to actually clear through things. Lot of bugs down here, which means there's going to be a lot of lava on the floor. And incidentally, I don't know if we ever actually really figured out firmly what that modifier did that we found earlier. I'll swap that out. It could have just been that it was indeed spawning the fire mages, but I don't know if we really found enough of them to know if that was what it was. Seeing 2 fire mages doesn't necessarily a floor modifier make. That's a nuke! That's a nuke that fires in a random direction in a pentagon around you. Yeah, let's leave that one behind, I think. Just for now. Just for now. Maybe we'll come back and grab that later. If it wasn't for the firing in a random direction, we would probably grab it now, but, Pentagon firing nuke does not seem like a good thing for our survival. Okay. Is there anything else useful around here? We do have a pretty decent shot for damage. Does oil blood protect for lava, or is that a different damage type? That is a different damage type. It means we can stand in fire, like this. We just don't take damage. But lava is its own different type. It does mean we won't catch fire and take fire damage from that at the same time. But the lava is still dangerous on contact. There's another chest for us, nice. Oh, it's got a wand in it. The wand always casts red glimmer. I don't know if that does anything other than make our projectiles red. I don't know if the actual cast delay modifier gets applied to the spell or not. I'm pretty sure, correct me if I'm wrong on this, people who know, always cast abilities cast and do what they're supposed to do without impacting the mana cost or the cast delay or the recharge time, right? I don't remember for sure, but I feel like that's how they work. Let's blast our way down here a little bit, take the shotgun out for a spin. Since we're fighting enemies who are shooting mostly fire attacks at us, we can afford to be a little bit less cautious with some of these things, because we're immune to those. We're not immune to melee damage, so we do have to be a little careful, though. This is a bit of a dead end. Now, I did just throw my main digging option away, which isn't great. This can tunnel for us, but not very quickly. So we're probably going to have to go back around. That's fine. I was hoping we'd be able to just power through there, but nothing wrong with a quick little backtrack. Or a bigger backtrack, because it looks like this may actually be a dead end on this side. Alright, fair enough. Fair enough. Let's make our way downtown. Walking slow. Trying to get where we're trying to go. Here we go. This should take us into an actually relevant area again. Don't know what's going on there. Can I see closer into that to see if there's actually anything worth getting in there for? There's like 3 enemies in that little hole, but I don't think there's anything we actually want in there. 4 enemies in that little hole, actually. And no, nothing worth getting. That's the nuke. Following our way downtown, yeah, exactly. Okay, so we're back to where we've been before. There's another one below us, so that's a good sign. Let's see if we can make our way over to that. That has some good potential to actually be useful to us. We may run into a bit of a problem getting through the wall, but that's why we have our shotgun, I guess. Oh, we're out of mana on that one, actually. Okay, we do have the fireball orbit on this, which is always fun when you've got something like this nearby. Fireball orbit is very fun when you can shoot it through coal or other flammable powders, because it ignites real fast. Whoa, okay, hello! That was a selection of explosions that I was not expecting. Between boom and the land sea mine falling on us. Caught me off guard there for sure. Alright, let's just tunnel our way. Oh, I forget this thing has such terrible mana regeneration. Low mana regen hurts. One or 2 more shots should get us into this cave, though. And it is a digging wand! That's actually really nice. Let's swap this one. It's not an incredible digging wand, but it is a digging wand, which is much better than not having one. We can actually get around now. That'll let us loot all the money out of this place if we so choose, or if not, it'll at least let us get around more quickly. And it's always tough when you don't have a way to maneuver around. Alright. Let's make sure we don't accidentally fire the wrong wand at point blank into a wall again. That wasn't that much fun the first time we did it. But now that we can dig... Treasure chest in here is an extra max health. Nice. Starting to get some nice stuff working for us here. That's good. We're probably going to go check out... I'm stuck on nothing. I'm going to go check out the fungus on the left-hand side here, now that we've got a little bit more to work with. I would love to find a soil bag first, though. And it's unfortunate we died with the Paha Silma earlier, because I was hoping to bring that over to see if I needed to have it to do the thing. But... for now, we're just going to go back to going west. I don't know why I turned around there. We know we want to go to the west-hand side, so let's keep moving. With our homing ability, with our ability to drill, we have a couple of different options now for getting around. Boom makes such a huge hole. Always cast does apply recharge speed or cast delay? Oh, interesting. Interesting. I thought it didn't, so that if you had a slow cast, always cast ability on a fast wand, you could just spam it like crazy. But, maybe not. Maybe not. We didn't really experiment much with that rock wand from earlier, but that could have been a good way to find out more. A chest appears. Where? It must have been above us. Yeah, it's above us. Okay. Well, we gotta worry about this teleport wizard real quick. Or not. Is he through the wall there? Oh no, our gold fell out! Excuse me, thank you. Okay, loot recovered. Nice. There seems to be a little bit of damage that happened over here, but we're gonna go with the "it was like that when we got here" defense. The nice thing about this... one of the other nice things about this attack is that it doesn't actually travel in a straight line. So you saw we were able to instantly kill that shielded robot through his shield, because the ability actually just jumps each intervening step. It doesn't travel from step to step. So you're able to teleport through barriers like that and just hit them directly, which is pretty cool. That guy has a digging wand, or at least a wand with a luminous drill on it. We'll have to watch out for that if he teleports close to us again. These guys explode when they die, so be careful about them too. There's a slap to the face from behind. He's luminous drilling his friends. No, he's homebringer bolting them. That's very mean. I'm stuck here right now because his attacks swap with him, and his weapon also brings us closer to him. We took a little bit of damage here, but so far we're still in it. We got a pouch here, which is actually a fungal soil pouch, which is interesting. Does this wand do anything other than Homebringer Bolt? It's decent, but I think we're going to leave that one alone. Reading the wand mechanics is not intuitive. Yeah, that's why I had no idea how the wands worked in this game for a long time. It took me quite a while to figure out how to make the wands do anything interesting, and I'm still not very good at it. They're just really complicated systems. And it's cool, like you can do a lot with them, but also, my poor little brain can't handle them. We want to try and not get slapped, because that does a lot of damage. Thankfully, we can hit him pretty hard back in return, but we are getting cornered. There we go. So far, so good. There's an interesting... Why does that ant have a wand? An interesting little item, and this has some toxic rock there, but toxic rock is not safe. Okay, this is the guy we saw shooting the luminous drill earlier before he died. kind of want to keep both of these, but getting a double cast and some luminous drills is really good, so I think we're probably going to have to drop one of them. I don't know which one is necessarily the better one to keep, but I've made my choice for now. Okay, let's make our way further in here. Now, one thing I do need to do is dump the fungal soil out of this, because I actually don't want fungal soil, I want the actual fungus. And I think fungal soil will grow it. Whoa, that was a heck of a shot! He got me from miles away. The fungal soil will grow fungus if it's on a valid terrain, but I don't want any, so let's just pour this out of the bag real fast. So we can go get the things we do want. Come on, there we go, it's empty. So now we can go pick up the actual fungus. Now hopefully we won't explode before we get to fungal shift the world again this time, because that is the fun part. And if we die before we get to do the fun part again, that'll be sad. Take these guys out. Scoop up a little bit more fungus while we're here. Nice. There are a lot of wands in this version, which is fine by me. I don't know if we're going to be able to take any more of them, but if there's some that have any particularly good effects on them, we might have to. Okay, so we're still looking for an inverted pyramid here. That's our main objective. If we find the inverted pyramid, we have the potential to do some cool things. This was a lake. Now it is mostly acids. Acid and flammable gas. Wow, that is a lot of flammable gas. Do we have ability to light that on fire? I don't think we really do. I have luminous drills, which won't do anything to it. I've got regular drills, which also won't do anything to it. While we're here, I might as well grab all this. Now, as long as it doesn't ignite, I guess there's no harm in us being in it, apart from the risk of suffocation? There must be some toxic gas up at the top. But there is an extra max HP up in there, and another wand, which is pretty sweet. Gotta be a little careful with max HP ups, because they don't actually increase our current health, so if we're too aggressive, we can wind up still dead anyway. We only have 34 health left, so we gotta be careful. This one is saw blades. I'm gonna leave that alone, thank you very much. Yeah. Now, is our pyramid still intact? That's the only thing I'm really worried about now. It should be right around here. There it is. That's what we came here for, that pyramid. It's unfortunately now covered in toxic sludge. But... oh, that's not good either. That's actually a really bad place for that guy to be. I hope that doesn't destroy the pyramid before we're able to do what we need to do with it. Because I think that acid might have been positioned in a very bad place. Stuff is all exploding over there, which is not what we wanted to see. Okay, pyramid's mostly intact. That's good. Let's drop a little bit of water on here first to detox any of the toxic sludge that would happen to still be around. Now I think we can try and do our thing now. So... oh, I don't know if that book needs to be there. Ah, well. It's in the hole now. It's fine. So, you can see this has the Paha Silma eye symbol on it. If you bring the Paha Silma to this little upside-down pyramid, it creates like a mushroom symbol in the air. So one of the things that I figured this might be telling us to do is it might be telling us that we need to trigger a fungal shift while standing on the pyramid. So that's why we brought this pouch full of fungus here, so that we can pour it down and trigger a fungal shift from on the platform. I don't know how much we actually need. I can never remember exactly how much triggers a shift, and I keep falling into it, which keeps deleting our dust, which is not my smartest move. But if we eat all of this fungus while standing here, we'll make a mess. We'll definitely make a mess. But we should be able to hopefully trigger something. We did it! Steam became something, or something became steam, but it didn't do anything. Maybe you do actually have to have the Paha Silma to make this happen. I've tried this before, but it doesn't seem to be doing anything just yet, so I don't know what I'm doing wrong there. So, we will now find out how we've made the world worse. Having steam be something different can be a real problem if we start setting anything on fire or putting anything on fire in water. But it looks like something turned into steam, because we can see steam transformed here. I just don't know what turned into steam. Well, I guess at this point we just need to get out of here. That's the original book that we had the first time. I don't think anything would have changed with that. We gain a shield. Nice. Yeah, that's the same book we saw before. Okay. Well, as far as I can tell, this area doesn't have anything else major in it. The top and the bottom all seem like they're just walls. And that pyramid thing is the most mysterious piece of the whole puzzle. But I still don't know what to do with it, so I guess that must not be right. Maybe you have to have the Paha Silma there to show you the effect before you can interact with it, or something. But for now, I think we're gonna move on. Get out of here while we're still alive. Give this one kick for our free gold. I don't think I can drill through metal, but I can drill through the wall around it, so it doesn't really matter. Or not. There we go. It's just a pile more gold. Well, we'll take a pile more gold. We'll put that to good use, I'm sure. Alright, back out of the fungal caverns. We tried our best, but it didn't seem to make a difference this time, so hopefully the other interesting areas will be more forthcoming with their interesting bits. For now, it's time to head back down below. What I'm curious as well about is what we turned into steam. Oh. Oh. We have a bottle full of steam. I think we turned all water into steam. That might cause problems for us later. Alright, let's get down into here. Yeah! Yeah, we turned all water into steam. Sorry there, little fish. Okay, what are we gonna do with this now? We've got... Chunk of soil is a useful item. It, at least, is this the one I'm thinking of? No, this is the other one. It's the drop of water that I wanted, not chunk of soil. That's fine. We do have a bunch of stuff, though. We might be able to make something crazy happen with this, because we do have a bunch of pieces. So, which one do we use as our base? Probably this one? No, it always casts Personal Fireball Thrower, which is not what we want. This looks like our best base wand, but it doesn't have... It's still a shuffle wand, so it's going to be a little bit unpredictable. It's true, Drop of Water is Drop of Steam now. It's a good call. Let's just rearrange these guys real fast, because I think what we want to do is take all these components out. I don't actually care about the base wand on this one. Oh. Health plus, there you go. Let's take the shotguns out too. I think we're going to keep the drills in here. But I might just move them around and turn this into our new wand. Is this the one that always casts? Yes, it is. So one on the bottom wand. Give me that back. Swap our bottom wand into that position, put all of our digging bolts in here for now, so we have some room to experiment with this wand, because if nothing else, this wand has some very good mana charge compared to anything else that we have at the moment. So if we take that, we need not a whole lot to bring those casts down to 0. The recharge time is the challenging bit. So if we put one of these in there, and one of these in there, on its own already, is that going to be super fast casting? Fast, but not super fast. Still good, though. The only problem is that this cast delay is even more. Now, the cast delay shouldn't matter because we have the luminous drill in there pulling it down. So if we put this in like so, does that make it work? No, it's still pretty messy. If I take this double cast out, it's about the same. That makes sense. Yeah, adding the fire to the end doesn't make it any different. I know there's something to do with making the wand loop back into itself that makes it cast faster. I just am not clever enough to know exactly how that works. The problem is it's random too, so having something at the end doesn't actually mean it's going to make any difference to how fast it actually casts in practice. That only really works if it's not shuffle. Alright, well, in that case, this one is still super fast firing. The mana charge speed is a problem, but since these guys have no mana drain, it doesn't actually work with it. Alright, well, let's take this from here and see what else we can do. I don't think I need any of this stuff. So let's keep moving. And we have a repelling cape, we have a low recoil, and a permanent shield. Well, permanent shield is a very nice sort of quality of life ability. Not the most powerful thing in the game, but it can help keep us alive against a bunch of minor attacks, because it'll reflect them like that. And that's going to be relevant, because we're starting to get into a lot more casing now. And machine guns. Which, thankfully, we can mostly avoid. But not entirely. There we go. The nice thing about these little earth elemental crystal things is that you can actually get them to do some work for you. They do explode when they hit, and the explosion does hurt other things, so that can be pretty useful. This one looks interesting, but I can't see the actual stats on it yet because I can't stop moving. It looks like a worm came through here, so there might be a worm down below for us to worry about as well. If this guy comes a little bit further forward, I should be able to hit the explosive, but I fired a little too early on that one, so we're just going to have to hopefully not die. The tase does hurt, but thankfully so does us shooting him. Okay, let's go back and take a look at that wand. It is... yeah, it's okay. It's not particularly fast firing, it doesn't have any really incredible attributes, but we'll take it. There's definitely a worm down here somewhere. There are lots of worm signs behind. Now, snipers are still dangerous with the permanent shield. The sniper bullet seems to travel fast enough that it just punches through the shield anyway, which is very rude of them. But, if we keep moving here, it shouldn't matter too much for our immediate survival. What else have we got lying around? There's more worm tunnels here. Oh, well, we found the worm. Thanks for the max health there. I don't know what killed you. Maybe it was the steam that you flew into? There's a lot of steam in here. That looks interesting. I don't know what that is, but I'm gonna go find out. Let's just go tunnel our way through the snow here. What was that? Oh, it's just a rocket. I thought it might have been something interesting, like a crazy wand that someone was firing into the ground, but it looks like no. Just a rocket launcher. Thankfully, we can clear through these guys pretty fast, just relying on our old faithful here. That homing purple bolt does some good damage. Not incredible, but enough to one-shot a bunch of these little guys, which is good enough for me. Alright. Now, we may try and actually go into the magic place this time. The magic temple. It may still not be safe enough for us, because we are a little low on real firepower, and that area does have some dangerous stuff in it. But, if we can find one or two more cool bits and pieces here, we can probably make it happen. Why are they shooting me when there's a giant worm that just fell out of the sky next to them? You should have your weird priorities there, friend. Everyone becomes berserk. Oh, good! Now, if we have a fire ability, worms are really weak to fire. But I don't know if we do. Oh, we have this, though, which has a chance to put a fire effect in. There we go. Once he's on fire, he's going to take a lot more damage much more quickly. So if we can keep reigniting him using this wand, we'll kill him way faster than if we're using anything else in our arsenal right now. Can we get another heart container? Yes, we can! Nice. And now we can blender the body. It's a little gross, but it generates a ton of worm blood. And worm blood lets us see through walls. We like the worm blood. Alright, fill up our belly with worm blood, and now we should be able to see a lot more around us. Oh right, Berserk makes the area of effect of things bigger too. So we can actually tunnel through ground even faster. Alright, we've really made a mess of this place. I have a feeling that turning water into steam everywhere makes for some very confusing level geometry. Because things that were supposed to be lakes are now just big holes. But it's fine, right? Just because there's a whole puddle here full of steam, that's normal. Oh, another big worm! We didn't, like, trigger the world to be full of worms or something that I just didn't notice, right, chat? Also, this is really bad. I don't have a good way to wash substances off me now. There we go. I don't recall us cursing the world with worms. It's certainly possible, but I just don't remember doing it. Alright, let's kick those two. Kill them with magic. Sweet. Alright, we're set up to go explore into the mountain now. We have a couple of different options here, depending on what we're fighting. We might be a little outgunned still, but we can make it work. That's another dead giant worm. Wow. Did this one drop us another health container? No. Okay. We have a little bit of Berserk left. We can see surprisingly well in here, and the reason for that is because we have all that worm blood in us. Worm blood helps to combat the inherent downsides of areas that are naturally dark. Oh, healing ghosts. That makes this even safer to explore. That's nice. We can still get murdered by things that hit us much faster than our healing can recover from, but this makes it a lot easier to explore. If we follow along... Okay. If we follow along the bottom here... we'll see what we can find. I don't know what that does. Heartache. Your maximum health is temporarily halved. Ooh, that's nasty. Oh, I'm stuck on a little piece of floor. Did it have it again? Oh, wow. That is actually very scary. Ow, 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 ow. Okay. Do we lose the health when he comes back? Like, when it restarts, do we lose the no, it does regenerate it. Okay. Oh. I was worried there that well, I mean, it wouldn't matter for us because we have the ghosts, but if it was going to leave us at low health, that would be very scary. Okay, we found the bottom of this. This place is normally very dark and does not stay lit after you move through the areas. So, it makes it very daunting to explore, especially given the big enemies that we know are in here. Oh, we're a plant now. We got polymorphed. Please unpolymorph me before we die. Yeah, okay. We need to run away from that guy. So someone over there is a sentient wand that has some kind of polymorph ability. No, it doesn't. We just polymorphed at random. It's an interesting wand, but the lack of mana charge speed on it makes it really tough to rely on. Surprisingly, we didn't get murdered as a plant. I don't know what polymorphed us, though, and that is a little spooky. The other downside of having turned all water in the world into steam is it means we can't easily detoxify the toxic sludge. That guy is dead, right? I hope so. What's down here? Nothing? Oh. I've been to this before, at some point. I don't remember if there's a boss in here that kills us, but I've been to this thing before. Originally, there is a holy hand grenade here, and this stone tablet is the holy hand grenade bit from Monty Python and the Holy Grail. And the Lord spake, saying, "First shalt thou take out the holy pin, then shalt thou count to 3, no more, no less. 3 shalt be the number thou shalt count, and the number of the counting shall be 3. So there's a whole bit here about that as you pick up all these things, but I don't remember if there's actually anything that comes to try and murder us here. It doesn't look like it, because if there was, we would probably have been murdered already. Something exploded though, so maybe something bad happened. For now, I want to go and explore the top of this area, because I don't think I've ever gone around the top half of it. I don't think I've checked the bottom either, but so far we proved that was nothing. This is... what is this? Thunder Charge, a projectile with immense stored electricity. I don't think I've ever seen this effect. I'm a little afraid of it, but like... okay. I'll take it. How do we get over there? I guess we could just... oh, the Matter Eater's wearing off! No! I was about to say, we could just blast our way through this wall with our rapid fire attacks, but I can't do that anymore because I waited for too long. Is this guy still producing bone dust? Weird. Alright, time to make bad decisions and see what happens. Oh, it's the lightning attack that lightning guys use. That's cool. Ow. That was not cool. I accidentally deflected a shot off my own shield and then fell back onto it, so it hit me anyway. Great. I was really hoping those two guys would stay up at the top so that I could hit them with a thunder charge together, but it seems like they don't want to cooperate. They're all coming down now. Alright. We'll make do. We're grabbing a bunch of gold out of this, so we can't complain too much. Oh, there is a sentient wand inside the wall. I'm glad he got stuck there, because that might have been bad. The sentient wands can have all kinds of spells in them, and if they just decide to nuke you, that's how it goes. So they're very scary. What is this? Not a great one. I'm probably gonna leave that one. I love how this is a 5 spells per cast wand that comes with a triple spell in it. Like, it's not a very good wand because the mana recharge is awful and the recharge time is awful, but Very funny that it decided it needed a triple cast in there. With the way its random generation worked out. This guy is kind of just dying in the wall, but I'm okay with that. Ooh, there's an opening here. What is this? It's a question mark zone with a guy with a wand in it. Let's just try and take him out before this gets any worse. And then we can go explore that question mark zone. I do not know what that's about. Oh, sea of water? See, there's one problem with that, friends. There is no water. Water doesn't exist in this world. These blue guys are quite nasty, though. They have an inherent ability where they can absorb the attack you shoot at them, and then they learn your spell. So if you... I don't know if it'll do it because he's using a wand now, and the wand seems to be fast enough for him to not have to shoot his own attacks. But they can just steal your magic. I don't think that's good enough for us to actually take. It's cool, but it doesn't give us the flexibility we'd need to actually use it. What is in here, though? Is that another diamond? Oh, baby, what is in this? What is in this? I don't know what is in this. Let's drill our way in there and find out. We have a book. As with everything else, every celestial body also has its counterpart. For every golden star is a dark enigma, and for every silvery moon there is a hollow shadow. What is this? It's a music note? I don't know what to do with that. This book doesn't give us any real information here. About this, anyway. But it makes me wonder if I have to bring it to the music players or something. Because we know that they can emit music, and we have a thing here that, like, is a crystallized music. Weird. Okay, well that's a new discovery. I have no idea what it's for yet, but at least we've found it. I think we can basically make our way back out of here again now, too. 30-second worm sight warning. That would be funny, given how many worms we've already murdered, if it was a worm detector, but I don't think that's what it would be. Ooh, that's a good item. What do I want to keep? All of these, basically. This recharge time, though, is basically, for a pretty low mana cost, a nice recharge reduction. There's 3 of these guys in here now, so I'm going to use a silly thing against them. Ah! I think it didn't work. I wasn't expecting it to sit on the ground for so long. That's fine, we'll kill the rest of them the old-fashioned way. What is this? A broken spell? What is that? What is a broken spell? Hold on. That sounds like it's going into the Hisi base. Let's throw away the broken wand. No, the broken wand. Yeah. Give me the broken spell, please. I don't know what that is, but I am very curious about it. Okay, we just made all of our wands better again, which is pretty crazy. This might be getting into the crazy zone. If I actually take some of the other stuff out of it, I think it'll even be better. Do I really want to keep the triple cast that bad? No, I don't think I want to keep the triple cast that bad. I think I'm going to swap this out for the recharge, even though we might not need it anymore. Triple cast might be better. I don't know if that's really the best move, but you know what? It's the one I'm going with for now. Okay, so the only problem is we don't really have a good way to tweak our wands right now without leaving this area, and I don't know if we want to leave down. There are more interesting things down below us, but if we fill up on worm juice, we could try and go through the dark room again. And, because with this, we'll be able to see inside the dark tunnel. And that might be worth trying too, because there could be something neat over that way. But, if we go down, we have the Hisi base. So, if we want to try and take this to the Hisi base, we have a shot to go and do that directly now. And if we go mess around in other dangerous areas, we might not be able to. I think it's going to be in our best interest at this point to go and try and cash in the cool stuff that we already know about, rather than waiting for the, like, overextending for cool stuff that we don't know what it is yet. Once we get further down, we may have the ability to come back anyway. So for now, I think we're just going to drop into the Holy Mountain, turn all the water to steam again, and see what we can do here. Okay, I'm going to take the reduce recharge time out. I don't really care about any of the rest of this stuff. In this wand, we only need a little bit of reduction now. If I take the digging bolt back out again, is this already, like, super speed? Almost. The problem is the mana cost now. If we have a way to mitigate the mana reduction, then we'll be laughing. And this is currently about... It's actually less expensive than reduced recharge time. But you can see there, when the when the stars align for the shuffle, this one does some silly things. So we're getting there. We're just not quite at full operating power yet. What we really need is a no-shuffle wand with some decent mana recharge. If we can get something like that, we can probably make some really silly things start to happen. This guy is perfect as a drilling wand still. It just drills at super speed now, so that's nice. But the rest of this is only so-so. What else can we do? Whoa! Everyone is blowing up the world below us. Good to know. Now, I might actually want to replace the shotgun with a spitter bolt instead. It burns through the mana real fast, but I think it's a lot more damage. And it's more directionally reliable, too, which is important. Does double cast hurt you with spell wrapping? Could be double charging you on mana? Well, it could be, because right now we only have one actual spell in it. If we take this out again at this point, it's still going to burn through really fast, though. So, the real problem is just that we don't have a way to actually handle the mana cost of the kind of stuff we're throwing at this. So, one of these days I'm going to need to swap one of our other wands out so we have a little bit more wand flexibility. But for now, we're just going to keep rolling and see if we can bring this down to the anvil here. Enemy radar, trick, blood money, and vampirism. I don't really want any of those. Just going to re-roll that. Wand radar, phasing, and wand experimenter. Wand experimenter is usually great, but we have too many things on hand right now. I mean, you might be right, Eisen. I don't really know how that interacts either. Extra wand capacity doesn't seem like it's super useful because the ones we have we don't really want to keep. I'll re-roll again, I guess. Faster wand? No more shuffle. That's the thing. Alright, now all we need is an add mana option. Now none of our wands are shufflers, so we can potentially do some real silly shenanigans. Alright. Let's see what we can do with this now. It's a little bit dangerous to be using this as our main wand, just because it is very silly, but it has very short firing bursts. And water is going to be a problem for us again, because we still can't detoxify the goop. Now, thankfully, this guy's shield is not relevant to us, because we could just fire directly through it with our energy beam here. But it's still good to just be a little careful of it. Thankfully, we're still immune to fire, which is very nice. The robots are going to be a little bit trickier for us, though, because the beam weapon doesn't do the whole lot against them, and neither does our rapid fire with the amount of bullets we could shoot. If we could shoot a little faster, it would be more effective, but we don't quite have the fire rate needed to really pummel things on this level yet. Okay, free-for-all portals means that enemies can go in the portals, but thankfully it doesn't actually matter that much right now, because we're not near a portal, so it's unlikely that there's going to be a lot of enemies swarming us trying to get in. So we can probably get by without too much trouble here. There are a lot of PCs coming from the right, though. Which is fine, because that's where we want to go. We want to go right and down. But it's still a little dangerous, so we'll have to be careful. Now, it is nice having a decent single-shot weapon, because having a bow that... a wand that rapid fires like this is great for most enemies, but there are some enemy types we'll run into down the line where every time you hit them, they will put up a barrier. So you can't just blast them down with rapid fire. You really need to have, like, one decent shot to kill them with. So, if we can find something with a bit of punch in it, we may want to hold on to it eventually. Let's get out of the way of all that nasty toxic goop coming at us there. The frozen air. We do have the digging ability, which I need to remember we have, because if we need to tunnel through the snow, the digging tool can absolutely handle that for us. And thanks to being immune to fire, we can kind of just face tank these melting guys without too much difficulty. Now, we have to go further down if we want to get where we're actually going, but I'm curious if there's anything up here of interest. There's a machine gun, which is not that nice of them. Thank you very much. Alright. I'm gonna leave that alone. I don't think there's too much going on up there. Let's just make our way downtown into our forge and see what that spell does. I think that's it right there. We got a good shot at this. We have to be a little careful, because we can accidentally destroy the forge if we're not... Oh, that hurt a lot. We can accidentally destroy the forge if we're using things that are too dangerous too close to it. But I think we should be good now. Let's see what... Oh, nope, we're not clearing it yet. This guy won't actually attack, though. He's a medic, so he's safe. Let's get this corpse off here. It is... Summon Portal. Summon Portal to what? Summons a strange portal. That sounds... safe. I have another improved wands. Nice. That might make us able to shoot an extra bullet or two on this one. The improved wands is fun, but the problem is the mana recharge is still just not quite good enough to be able to make this happen. What we really need is something that injects mana into it every time we fire. But it might be good enough now that we can take the reduced recharge out, and that'll take our mana cost down by a pretty significant chunk. What are you doing in there, you fools? I can't get in there, but I can kill you from the outside. Which is very funny, but, I mean, I'm gonna do it. We won't get any of that gold, sadly, because I can't get in there. But I can kill them all. Because our drill just isn't good enough to power through steel. I don't know why I'm still carrying around a bottle of steam, either. Not really the most valuable of resources to be stockpiling. Alright, we got access to the west-hand side now. Now, I'm pretty sure that the hourglass we saw on the left-hand side of this area previously, that I showed off on another stream, has something else you can do with it, but I don't know what yet. My go-to theory currently is that if we can find, like, teleportation and bring it there, then that might open up a portal to somewhere else, because what we did previously is blood. Blood in the hourglass will turn it all to gold, I think, if memory serves. But I think there's probably something else that it does too. I just don't know what yet. So, if we manage to find some teleportation in a run, I'll see if I can bring it here, but I don't know how likely that is at this point. Let's tunnel our way through this zone and see what else we can find. Ah, more steel. We can dig incredibly fast with this, which is very fun. Being able to just ignore the rules of terrain is a very satisfying thing. Oh, there's infighting happening there, it looks like. Oh, that's polymorph. That's a dangerous thing to be fighting on top of when you're knocking enemies down into it. Projectile anti-gravity. Well, that doesn't change anything for any of the projectiles I'm currently using. I think they already ignore gravity. Let's see if we can get across this without touching the unstable polymorphine. That's a lot of blood down there. We got a little grow space in here, that's kind of fun. There's a lot of blood down here. You gotta wonder sometimes where these, like, oceans of blood come from. Because, like, that can't have been from enemies. There's no way there were enough enemies there that died to create that ocean of blood. It feels like it has to have been from some kind of, like, terrain generation effect or something. It's just too much blood otherwise. But I've never seen it actually happen, because it's always like that by the time I get there, so it's hard to know for sure. Apparently, this rapid-fire wand actually can't break ice. I guess the splitter bolts are designed to bounce off it rather than cut through it. That was a dangerous place to fire. That propane tank could have come back flying straight at us at high speed. But yeah, it just doesn't do anything to it. I can't just drill through it, so it's not like I can't get in. But it's weird. Excuse me, I'm trying to go through here. Well, we got a lot of fellas again. This is a big group, and thankfully this robot really wants to help us clear them. Got a pile of bodies at the bottom again, but we'll take all that good stuff. Woo! So far, so good, though. We're starting to get some good exploration going here. As long as everything doesn't suddenly go wrong, we should have a decent shot at exploring some more of these mysterious areas. And I'm very curious as to what that portal spell does. So when we next get the chance to modify a wand, we're probably going to have to put that on something and just see where it sends us. I don't know if it would be a good idea, but it's certainly a thing we have to try. Because if we don't, how will we be able to live with ourselves not finding out? Ow. Getting hit by a lot of these shots, though, which is not great. It wouldn't surprise me if it teleports us to something pretty hostile, though. The only other portals that I've seen are Eldritch portals. Oh, hello! Sea of Steam again, I see. And the Eldritch portals have, like, evil tentacles flying out of them, so I don't trust another thing that is giving us ill-defined portals. That sniper decided he was done being alive. Lucky for him that I put the oil on the surface layer there by killing the robot, or he would be having a very bad day. Alright. We really do need a better weapon for killing these robots with, though. The basic wand firepower we've got is pretty pathetic when it comes to these guys. That guy's standing on an explosive, which is some nice free damage for us at least. There we go. What is this? Very low mana charge. It has a triple shot on it. Or triple cast on it, so I might swap it for this one, just to get the triple cast out. If we find another better wand, I'll probably trade it again, but it gives us something to work with for now. That's probably going to take us to the hourglass room, so let's go take a look in here. Is there anything here we want? Spells to power. I don't know what that actually does. Let's grab it, because it's different, and I am curious. There would be a little pond back here, but there's just a sad little fish instead. Can I drill through this? Of course I can. We have a super-powered drilling wand. So here's the hourglass. The part that confuses me is that there's already blood in it. So I have a feeling it does something else and makes this into a portal. Because this eye is very portal adjacent for other things in the game. But the fact that there's already blood in there makes me unclear as to what else it is. I've tried filling it with water before, and that didn't do anything. So it's not just a matter of filling it with anything that'll make something happen. But I don't know what we need specifically from here, so... That's why I'm thinking that teleportium is our next best guess. But I don't know entirely if that is right. Now it's time for us to go murder a dragon, though, I think. Since we're doing all the side adventures, we might as well go do that one, too. We don't have a way of starting fires anymore, which might be a little bit worse. But I don't know if the dragon is actually weak to fire, because it's a dragon. It works for most worms, but might not work for that one. We exude flammable gas for a time. Well, I mean, talking about ways to light people on fire. It's not a good one, but it might work. Although, actually, I think I'm wrong. I think the dragon cave is in the jungle, so I have to go down another tier to get there. I don't think there's anything else on the east side wall higher up, because that hourglass room can randomly be on either side. So I think we're actually good to move on now. No thank you. I'm not interested in you shooting me with that. Why are there so many dudes in here? There are so many dudes in here! This guy just teleports them around, so he's not actually going to hurt us at all. He just moves the enemy we're fighting, which is annoying, but not actually a problem. There we go. What is this? Heavy shot and a bunch of webs. It has super high mana recharge, though. The real problem is we only have one slot for spells that I can happily get rid of, because... I kind of want all three of these still. Yeah, this is kind of incredible now. The Castellet is almost at nothing, so just having an ability like this that brings the Castellet down means that it's already at 0. Let's swap this in, because we already have a double and a double up here that we're not using, and that's probably going to be more useful to us than just the triple. Now, I don't think there's anything else we have to do here before we leave. So, let me just check this left-hand side real fast. Looks like it's nothing. Time to get out of here, I think. Alright, let's heal up real fast and see what else is on offer here. What we really want is an add mana. That would make us very powerful, but so far no luck on that front. We can take the perk lottery, which is very powerful if we can roll any of those 50%, but if we don't, it'll be a little sad, but I'm gonna grab it because it's just so good if it works. Not this time, but we have a couple more tries before we run out of chances with it completely. So, first of all, this might actually be the one we want to swap over to. 780 mana charge speed is really good compared to the other ones that we've got. So let's just chuck all these glue balls off of here. Heavy shot I don't think I'm going to want. And double scatter I probably don't want either. But this might be the base for a really powerful wand. So let's pop a pair of these in here first and just see where we're at. Because I think I need to put a little bit more recharge time reduction into it before it'll be really ready to go. So if we do that, what does this wand look like? It's speeding up, but it's not at full firing rate yet. This does mean that we are at a negative cast delay, and we have about negative 67. So we're a little bit over the recharge time. If I put one more of these in, does that do it? You can see it's now firing much faster, but it has to go through all the casts individually. So this may be where we can get away with adding some of those double casts we were holding on to earlier to make it so that it's actually only casting twice. Yeah, that's already much faster. Recharge, heavy shot, chain bolt, and double? I'm not sure what you mean, Alex. I think the cast delay on this is still going to be too high. We could probably pull it in here if we wanted to. If we swap this one in... Yeah, the recharge time is still really high. That's the main problem with it. This one already has recharge time on it, and this one has a lot of cast delay too. So we need to put some of the luminous drills in here instead if we wanted to handle it that way, which affects the recharge time in the same way, so I can take these guys back out, but they have much more mana cost, which is the potential issue. Looking at wrapping techniques? Maybe. Wrapping is the one thing I don't really understand how to do yet. So, I am not clever enough for the advanced wrapping. Doubling your reduced recharge doodad? Yeah. Yeah, we could try and do something like that. Yeah, that's definitely faster. That's definitely faster. We have a bunch of crazy abilities here. Converts any nearby projectiles cast by you into extra damage. Oh, interesting. Wow! This would be crazy if you had, like, something here that made a bunch of bouncing shots that stuck around for a while, and you switch to this one and just do, like, a super shot with one ability. That would be interesting. The nice thing is, even firing at this rate, we're actually recharging our mana fast enough to keep going. So that's pretty good. I think... How much does this slow our attack down? Just for curiosity's sake. If I were to put this in here, put our double cast in there. It is a lot, but it really slows the bullets down. Amazing. Okay, we are gonna need to keep moving here though. If I... Yeah, we still don't really have a great way to get more mana. But this is much more fast firing, so that's fun. Oh, you tried to summon a worm in here! That would have been mean. I don't think there's anything else on these that we need, so I think we're good to go for now. And the way that we're gonna go is via summon portal. I don't know what this is gonna do, but we're gonna find out. So let's summon a portal and see what horrible fate awaits us. An unstable portal. Oh, it's gone already. Alright, let's do it again. No. Okay. This doesn't do anything on its own. I wonder if this lets us access things that should have portals if we put it on them. Like, if we went back up to that hourglass and cast Summon Portal on the eye, would it make a portal that we could actually use? I don't know if that's even a thing. But I am curious now. I don't know if we can tunnel our way out of here. If we do, it'll make Steve angry. And not with the tools that I have. Alright. Well, I don't know what that portal summon thing does, then. Don't tell me if you know, but I don't know what it does. Damage is pretty good on this now, I'd say. Still not perfect. If we had a mana reduction, free mana, that would really help it, but let's keep rolling, I guess. What is this? These runestones have all kinds of different effects, and I don't know which one that is. There are a lot of bees here, though, so let's just deal with them first, please. Ah! No thank you, friend. I'm not interested in dealing with your shenanigans at this time. There's a weird, like, lump of something here. What is this? A runestone of edges. I believe that turns any projectile in the area into a saw blade when you throw it, so that's fun. I'll grab it. So the mana what's the word I'm looking for here? The levitation recharge, and we'll keep moving. Now, we have to be a little bit more careful around some of these guys, because they are going to start getting more nasty status effects they can put on us. Some big max mana, but not a whole lot else of relevance to us. It would be nice if we had the ability to go back up the tower again, because there are lots of wand pieces we've left behind that probably would have been quite nice to have on hand, and our digging wand, even as much as I like keeping it, oh boy. As much as I like the digging wand, it's not necessarily reliable right now. It doesn't actually dig most of the things that we would need to dig in. Gotta be a little careful here too, because it's weird, that transmutation shot really wants to go into the spider. What I was trying to say is, we have to be careful here, because as we get further down into this place, there's going to be some enemies that just don't care about the kind of attacks we can make. And we can also see the game is struggling just a little bit with all the fires that have been started. Where'd that leaf come from? Wherever it came from, it's gone now. But yeah, our digging wand can dig through the dirt, but can't dig through the more challenging materials that are going to be actually making the walls nearby us soon. So, we may need to swap our digging wand for something else, even though it is quite useful still. If we get a little bit further down, it won't be, though. That's a quadruple cast. I do love a good quadruple cast. That would make most of our stuff cast in one hit, which is pretty incredible. I want to keep the portal wand for a little bit longer, so I guess I'll swap that for now. The real problem is we don't have a way to get goop off us. Because Steam does not help with that. And there's a lot of stuff here that can coat you with nasty effects. Let's pop ourselves open a little worm here. That'll get us some more wormy vision. Oh, I just dropped it. I dropped my drill wand, and then seconds later I try and use it. Alright. Hooey. Yeah, this wand has some really good recharge time, but the mana charge speed isn't really good enough for the kind of wands we can make. And at this point, mana up is really the limiting factor for us here. The thing I gotta remember, though, and it's true, a blood bucket would help quite a lot. The thing that I gotta remember here, though, is that our main wand does actually have a drill in it still, so I can dig with it. I don't know why I'm still holding on to all this steam, so I'm gonna dump this out and scoop a bit of blood while we have the chance. Since I was given a good reminder that blood will actually work for that, we just don't have very much of it currently. So one of the places we want to go explore here is the Lukey lair, which is on the left-hand side of this zone. So the opposite of the way I'm going. But there is also a dragon on this side for us to go fight. So we're gonna probably do that too. Let's just make our way around here first. I don't remember. Woo! I don't remember what exactly you get from the dragon. I think it's a wand that has some inherent effects on it every time. Trip. Okay, well, we're holding a fungus pouch, so I should have expected this. But the world's gonna get a little wobbly for a bit. And the sounds are gonna get a little weird for a bit. Let's make our way up here towards the dragon cave. I don't know what this is. Nope. I had a feeling, because it has the same hand symbol as on the previous thing, but it didn't seem to actually do anything for us. That is a lot of spiders! That is a lot of spiders. Let's just, try and remove some spiders. I would love to go pick up the gold they're all dropping, but too busy dealing with additional spiders. Okay, the other thing to try here is kicking it. Nope, kicking it doesn't seem to do anything. I don't know what that is then. It probably does something, but I have not figured out how to interact with it properly yet. Ow. Getting bullied by some bees. What is in here? We have an okay wand, but nothing super thrilling. The dragon cave is below us. Just tunnel our way through the rock that's blocking the entrance. So we have a quick getaway when we inevitably spawn an angry worm. Okay. We are just about at the point where we can fight a dragon. I just need to make sure we have an access point out of this place, because while our wand can drill, it's not a good emergency digging tool. Now, if I can go grab some of that blood as well, that should be a good idea before I forget. Scoop that up, thank you very much. Alright. Now, this might be a bad idea. We might be in trouble here, but I think we should be good to give it a try. We should have enough room to maneuver and enough options to fight this thing. It's a little hazardous digging into the egg when we don't have a proper digging option, because he'll come at us real fast. That was what I was worried about. Normally, it's better to dig with something that doesn't put you directly in the line of fire. Womp womp. Alright, but we did find some things. Apparently I'd never fired Quantum Split before, so that's new. Never fired Heavy Shot before either, so that's also counting as new. Firecrackers is also new, but this is the interesting one, Summon Portal. I still don't know what that's all about. There's the dragon coming back in to, be very rude. You know, if I'd waited 3 more seconds, the remove ground effect would have kicked off. That's the problem. I'm trying not to look at what those effects are gonna do. because it makes it more fun if the things can actually catch me off guard, but it means I didn't realize it was going to remove all the ground, because that would have done it. That's true, that would have done it. That's fine. It's fine. We may have exploded, but we did find something new. So, we found a cool treasure inside the magic temple. Don't know what to do with that yet, but now we've found it, so we can potentially try and do things with that in future. We've also found... Let me just make sure I don't forget anything that we did. We tried doing the inverted pyramid in the fungal waste, but it didn't work. The fungal cavern thing didn't do anything for us, so I might be wrong about what that actually needs. We rebuilt a broken spell, but it didn't seem to do anything, so we have to find somewhere to bring it. And I think that's really our big discoveries from that run. So now our main goals, I think, are going to be Lukey Lair and trying to get to the other side of the dark cave. Those are the main things that are still on my mind at this point. Take a quick sip of water here, because it's been a while. Don't forget to hydrate, folks. Especially if you're talking as much as I am. Which presumably you wouldn't be. But if you're talking a lot, it's very important to make sure you're filling up with water regularly. Alright. Let's get back into it again. The fun part is that now that we have successfully included some of these spells into our spell library, things like the shimmers can actually spawn into wands, as we've seen previously. So, even though we may have died, we're still expanding our horizons for future runs. Gain a random perk. More hatred. Enemies are more aggressive towards each other. Okay. We can now expect there to be a lot more already dead enemy damage. Oh, that's a lot of fire! Woo! I always forget that lava can spawn out of their corpses when they die. This might be a quick, let's just survive until we get to the Holy Mountain. And keep going from there version of this run, because that was a lot of damage right off the top. Now, I think usually, more hatred just makes enemies more likely to attack across factions. I think you have to take more hatred several times before it makes enemies actually attack others of the same type as them. So, like, if we get to the Hisi base, most of the Hisi won't be immediately trying to murder themselves. But I don't know that much about it, because I have not really had that much time to experiment with getting multiple copies of some of these perks. Also, ow. Alright, we have a little bit of health left, enough to try and get a little bit more gold, so that if there is anything interesting in the first shop, we have the chance to buy it. But we're probably going to need to bail pretty soon, because we are dying very quickly. He says as he immediately sets himself on fire again. It's all good, so it goes. We just need to try and find any enemies that haven't already killed each other so we can get some of the gold out of them. Easier said than done, it would seem, because all of these guys are already dead. There we go. Someone on the hill here, yep, take them out. Oh, I don't like that one. That was a very dramatic explosion. Alright, we're down to 6 health, so I gotta stop being so reckless. We just gotta get out of here, I think. Thankfully, we're right at the bottom, so we can just leave. Now wondering if you've done something, because that is an insane amount of portal blood. Right? Like, it just happens. It's not anything that I think I've done. It just happens that the game will produce enormous amount of blood at the portals. Unclear what it does or what it means. That's a lot of chainsaws. I probably have to buy that. having at least one chainsaw would be handy. And that's pretty cheap for a bunch of chainsaws. I'm not very good at using the chainsaw effect. It does some crazy things with how spells work if it's at the end of a non-shuffling item. Like, I think if I put one up here... Oh. Well... Thank you! I don't get to use it in this context very much, but I still appreciate it. I don't think I want any of these. Let's re-roll them. Projectile repulsor sector, faster levitation, angry ghost. I guess we'll take this. This just means that projectiles attacking from directly in front of us are more likely to get pushed away than actually hit us. It can be okay. I meant to take some of those chainsaws out of the wand, though. That was a big going too fast style mistake on my part. Because I want to be able to keep these, even if I want to replace the wand, and I can't necessarily do that easily now. This is a terrible digging method, but I can dig through the wood on the other side, so it will get us there. Oop. This is a very clumsy game on my part already. Alright, what is this? It's just a shoot lots of little attacks wand. Now, I do think, I don't remember if this is actually true, but I think firing our own shots through the projectile sector might actually speed them up a little bit. I don't remember if that's how that works or not. It's unclear to me from my initial shots here if it actually makes a difference on our projectile speed or not. But either way, it makes us a little bit better able to defend ourselves against people shooting at us from the front. Which is still better than nothing. Might not be significantly better than nothing, but it is still better than nothing. What is this? That's some triple casts and some bombs. Whoa, okay! Good thing he fell into the water with that wand. That was a lot all of a sudden. Alright, I think we're gonna swap this for our main wand for now. Because that is some fast firing beams of light. This one seems like it's actually a pretty decent wand. It's shuffle, which isn't great. This one isn't, which is actually good to know. We might want to keep this one for that reason. It does have a bunch of big explosive boxes in it. We can take that in place of our bomb for now. And that way we can take advantage of the multicasts that are inside of it as well later. I just have to remember that for about 15 shots, some of these projectiles are going to randomly shoot fireballs out, so we might be caught in the backsplash of some of that. Gotta be a little careful, but thankfully the projectiles move so fast that they're unlikely to stick around us long enough to be dangerous. We could also just fire it a bunch more times and burn that effect out, but I would prefer to avoid just wasting it if we can, because it might come in handy too. Ow. Let's make our way back down. We are a lot more dangerous all of a sudden. There's a mysterious tablet here. Summon friendly ghosts, nice. We got 4 allies here helping us out. With friends like these, who needs my own wands? Alright. We probably are going to want to go back into the fungus zone again and just see if we can make a fungal shift happen, because those are usually fun, even if they're not usually safe. And then we'll probably keep going from here. I don't want to spend too much time on this floor, because we already have a whole set of wands that I probably don't want to get rid of. Oh, that's lava. But we are actually taking a lot of damage, so moving along quickly might be good. Getting back into a place where we can recharge our health wouldn't go amiss. Oh, that's all toxic gas. So now we've got to be careful of it, because it'll hurt us if we touch it. That is all toxic goop. Never mind, we're not going this way. The game heard us planning and was like, change of plans. Now, I don't really have a good way to drill, but I can. Those boxes move so fast! Okay, so this is the kind of thing where the projectile repulsion field does increase their movement speed, because you see, they just zip away from us. I assume it's because they count as physics objects at this point, so once they start leaving our body, they just rocket away at super speed, compared to our normal attacks, which don't have quite as much zip coming out of us. It's kind of hard to get them to stop where we want at the speed with which they move, though. They've got too much zip to them. There we go, through the wall, that's the important thing. Now the one problem with this concentrated light is you can't attack underwater in it, so you have to be a little careful here. Short-range homing might be useful later, we'll take it. There's a bunch of the wands we were messing with before. Okay, so far so good. We do have a way out. Can I break that? Yes. So if we need to bail, we have access to a way out again. But we don't necessarily have to leave immediately. I don't know what set us on fire, but something did. Probably just lava falling from one of those guys. That seems likely, given what's happening from above us right now. Oh, it's a spawner that's up there. We have a fiery homunculus. I don't think I've ever seen a fiery homunculus before. Sandman of Vertigo, you are our fiery homunculus. I wonder what you do. I assume you shoot fire, but we will find out shortly, I think. If an enemy lives long enough to... Oh, okay, that's a lot more lava. Alright, we're gonna have to leave here, I think. We're down to only 23 health, and I don't want to die when we're right beside the ability to move on. If everything else goes according to plan, we always have access... Oh, he shoots little fire bolts! Nice, murder those fish. Sandman is not a ghost. I believe homunculi can be damaged, unlike the ghosts, which are immune to attacks. Oh, and there we go, Sandman is. Yes, sorry, I misunderstood you. You're correct. Sandman is indeed both a homunculus and a ghost. Let's take 2 of these, 3 of these, all of these out. We have a reduced recharge time in here, which is nice. I don't think we have enough money to re-roll anything in here anyway. It's the perk lottery again. I'll take perk lottery. Well, ghost version of you can't die, but homunculus version can, I think. How are we gonna manage this here? Because this is already very fast firing, because these guys reduce cast delay inherently. This also reduces recharge time, though, and I think that means it's gonna be... Yeah. We can now shoot this thing as fast as we have mana. So if we ever get an ability to gain mana again, we'll be in a good spot on this one. This wand has some potential as being a good go-to in the future. In fact, I could probably swap to it now. And that way we don't have to worry about losing it. It has less max mana, but that 265 mana charge speed is better than the 102 on this one. So... I guess the only difference here is that the actual recharge time isn't as fast as this one, so it doesn't auto-fire in the same degree. But we already couldn't fire that fast anyway because we had limited mana, so I guess it doesn't matter. This is probably still going to be better for us in the short term. And I'm going to take that out and this out, and I'll leave the rest. So we're probably going to dump all 3 of these before too long. So let's keep rolling. Actually, I'll grab the recharge here in case we need to use more crates. And do I want any of these things? High mana, low capacity. Loses half its capacity but gains more mana. Uh-oh. Well, that's a problem. There's chaotic polymorphine all over our station here. I don't want more love. We already have more hatred, so more love would just undo it. This reduces the capacity by half, but adds more mana, but I think it's mana capacity, not mana recharge. So I don't know if that's actually good for us. I'm gonna put it on this wand, because if it does have more mana, then this is still gonna be pretty good for us. It maybe does both. Unclear. Unclear. Because now it's 280 on this guy, which is pretty good. So if I put these back in here now... There are a bunch of unbroken bottles here, which we can experiment with in a second. That's the wrong wand. Yeah, I think that's going to be better for us. Okay, well, I wasn't sure that was how it was going to go, but it seems like it actually works pretty good. Now, I could also take one more of these out and do this. I don't know if that changes the damage output, but it makes it all one cast. Which should be pretty good if we can get some mana in here. The only problem I think we're running into with this is just like, we already don't have the mana to really rapid fire it, so I don't know if it makes a huge difference, but whatever. We have a wand that'll work. We have a lot of Flummuxium around here. We have a Berserkium potion, another Berserkium, a slime. It doesn't look like there's any teleportation. There's an Acceleratium. Oh. Stop killing me, Sandman! Stop killing me! That's very rude of you. Alright, time to leave. Thankfully, the damage we took didn't stay on us there. What is this? A cement potion? I don't think I've ever seen a cement potion before. Purifying powder potion. We got some crazy potions in here. Pheromone is good. Wormblood is also good. Okay, first of all, what does cement do? He wants to kill us so bad! He's trying his best. Poor guy. That is actually a pretty crazy wand. Portal to the surface? Okay, hold on. Let's... What happened to this wand? I guess it just has no spells in it, but it looks like it has no capacity. That's weird. Let's take this wand, and let's go to the surface. I wasn't planning to, but you gave me the option, so I'm gonna take it. I'm a little afraid of this. It doesn't seem to be killing that guy, but I'm a little afraid of it. 520 mana charge speed is pretty crazy. The only problem with it, I think, is that goo connection always cast might be a problem if you try and actually do anything interesting with it later. Now, I think I can rocket jump with this wand. Not quite enough to get over the lip, though. I can definitely do this better. I'm being very sloppy with my jumps. It is so foggy out here, though. There we go. We're over the top. So we've seen this fog a couple of times now. I thought it was originally a problem. Yeah, we don't have projectiles, so the scary beam is fine for now. Right now, it's basically just a drilling wand, which is cool and useful. The fog is so intense, though. I can barely see what we're doing here. I want to do stuff up here at the surface, but I'm gonna have to call it quits because I can't see. There's some loot in there we kind of want to dig out. The crates aren't going to do much good for us. We don't really have a good way to tunnel if I can't see why the other drill isn't working very well. But it's so hard to tell where I am. There we go. We managed to land on the ledge. Nope. Stay up there, please. I am on fire, which is not great. There we go. Let's grab the orb. Thank you very much. It gives us some more max health and makes the game a little bit nastier to us later, but we're probably not going to make it that far anyway, so it doesn't matter. Alright. Since we're up here again, do I have Acceleratium, or did I throw that one away? If I didn't take it. If we get to a place where we can see, we have the ability to potentially experiment with some of these surfaces. I believe Purifying Powder is pretty cool, because if you throw it into basically anything, it turns it into water. Pheromone is for healing ourselves later, and Cement, I just don't know what it does. Oh, weird. It turns into concrete when it touches anything. No, it does not turn into concrete when it touches anything. It turns into concrete specifically when it touches water. I wonder if other fluids do it, or if it's just water. There's another music machine down there. Oh hey, improve wands. Nice. I don't know if we really want cement. Like, if I just pour a bunch of it down here, does it do anything? No. Oh, it does... Oh, that's fun. If you stand still in it, before it hardens, you can get stuck in it. It did turn to concrete eventually. I don't know what we need that for, but it's interesting. Here's the other test I wanted to run quickly. Just pour a bunch of cement down here, and then... Yeah, where the purifying powder touches it, it turns into water. Weird. Alright, let's swing over this way real fast. We're just here for a little bit. So if we swing over this way now, we can pass into the desert, and that'll let us grab... Actually, this is another thing I want to test. Does it turn anything into... No, it does not turn the sand. It looks like it only turns liquids. Interesting. Now, this is the other thing that I was wondering about. So we have a mushroom symbol here and down. This is either telling us, so there's something down here, there's a mushroom directly below this point, or it's telling us these two inverted pyramids where we need to make a fungal shift happen. Because I've seen two inverted pyramids that look like they have the fungus symbol above them. So it's unclear to me if it's telling us that there is something directly below here, or if it's telling us like a progress marker on doing something with those fungal things underground. It's hard to tell for now, but there's two different possibilities. At some point, even now potentially, we could just dig down there and see what's what, because things do get weird under some of these distant side paths. For now, we're just gonna quickly shoot our way over and grab the orb on top of the pyramid. We could go into the pyramid, actually. Maybe we'll do that too. The pyramid is interesting and scary, so we can go in there. This is all about side paths, and I have not successfully explored the pyramid yet. I've made it to the top, but I did not survive what I found there. So... Oh, hello. So we may go and try and see what that does, if we can make that happen. I don't trust that we're actually strong enough to live through it, but it could be cool at least. Alright, let's bust into the pyramid and see what we can find in here. Ow. Ow. Okay, we do make poison juice. The game did not sound like it liked that. It did not sound like it liked that we did that. So welcome inside the pyramid, friends, where everything is totally normal, and there's no need to be alarmed. Gotta be a little careful about stepping forwards while we drill, because this one does currently make a toxic goop every time it drills, which makes this wand probably not viable for us long term. I don't think we can be immune to that poison, and it'll just kill us if we're not careful. Over time, it'll chip away our health. So these little pots have a couple different kinds. Some of them are full of gunpowder, some of them are full of the little Hamis purple friends. But we'll have to be careful what we do in here, because there are traps on the walls, like in the final zone of the game, that can do all kinds of nasty stuff. And there are a bunch of other late-game enemies, like these big goons, that we're gonna have to watch out for. You can see the pyramid has some of the same, if you've explored the Temple of the Art before, the pyramid has some of the same area design elements, which is pretty cool, and reinforces that you're not really supposed to be here early in this game. We can see what we can find, though. If we can find some wands or anything in here, we might be able to get some real good stuff, because this area, I believe, is generally much higher tier than most of the stuff that we would be seeing normally. Because wands are more powerful depending on how deep into the game you find them. And I think this counts as pretty high tier wands. Oh, no thank you. Our health is getting a little low, so we may need to go back down or find some other way to recover a little bit before we face off against whatever's at the top of this thing, but we may not have that much choice. We may not have that much of a choice. Someone's shooting at us. It looks like they're firing like a twitchy shot, which is very mean of them. If we could finish this guy off, we'd be in good shape, but I can't seem to hit him. Okay. It is funny how our defensive field here also shoves gold away from us, since gold technically counts as a... oh. A nearby creature gets a random wand. There's a wand, so we might be able to make something do with that. Don't like the electric guys near us. What is this? Not a very good wand. I guess maybe this place isn't very high tier. This is a bad thing, though. This is a boss. I don't know if we can actually fight it. We might try, but I don't know how likely we'll be to succeed. We don't have a whole lot of survival or defensive abilities right now. And we'll take a lot of damage in a hurry if things go sour. If I can find that enemy who got a wand, then we'd be in good shape. Yeah, go read the note. Yeah, as though it was that easy. If we could steal a wand from an enemy, we might be able to get us something else cool here, but it doesn't look like we're going to be able to do that. So I think we're probably just going to go up and seal our fate. Come on, little bug. Let's not push ourselves into the lava also. Is there anything else in this space? Can you go up higher? No. Let's just take out all the things we can before we make our lives worse. Okay, you can put it in concrete. It's true, we can put it in concrete, but I don't think that'll actually stop it at all. Let's try, though. It'd be funny. I think it's just gonna flow off the platform, though, is the problem. Yeah, it doesn't stay. Since we can't put a wall there, the concrete just flows off of it. Okay, well, I guess we're gonna go make things worse. So here's my first theory. Can I... It's so hard to stick these crates anywhere. They go so fast. Alright, hello! I can shoot crates at you, do you like that? Doesn't seem to care too much about it. Thankfully, we can just gun down his minions. They don't seem like they're too dangerous. I think when he opens, you can hit him. So that has to be our opportunity to actually strike. I don't know where he went, though. Oof! Okay, we're almost dead. Let's, let's get rid of that. Grab this book, and let's just get out of here before we definitely die. I would like to try and live if we can, and I don't think we have the means to fight that guy right now. One shot did, like, 80 damage to us, which is most of our health. So I'm just gonna bail on this for now. Probably gonna have to come back here later when we're a little bit more powerful. What does this book say, though? We can toss the research notes down in a safe space and read what it is all about. One in the pond, one in the tree, one on the ledge, one under the sun. That sounds like it's the location of the music devices, because we know there's one in the pond, one that's sitting on top of the tree. I don't know what one on the ledge and one under the sun is, but I've seen 3 different music machines, so that could be what this means, but I don't know. Alright. He might... Whoa! He might be outside! Put the fire out. Okay, we have a new problem. He got outside. Is there anything that can help us on the right side of the map? Because we have to go past him to get out now. I don't know if there really is. There's another, what's it called? There's another element over here. So there's not nothing. Actually, I think there was an improved spells that happened earlier. How much better did they get again? Very good. We can basically just take some of these effects out now and make things crazy fast on their own. Well, I don't know how we're going to be able to survive this, is my problem. We can probably go down into the wobbly zone from here. Oh no, but our digging wand will kill us. Because that poison effect will definitely hurt us if we're going straight down. Do we have any other options? Is there anything else further over this way that we can use to maybe not be doomed? I'm not confident that there's likely to be anything. Sea of oil, lovely. Is there anything up here? I don't think so. I think if we go a little bit further, we'll be at the wall. So we may need to just figure out if we can go back and rush past it somehow, or otherwise get out of the way. If we were really lucky, we would find a healing Hisi on the surface, but I don't think they can actually spawn up here. Because there's another one of these music machines. Is this under the sun? What music do you play? Nice. Yeah, there's a shotgun guy. Those are more likely, but I don't think we can actually find the ones that can heal us up here. Now, yeah, these descents don't go far enough to go into the other area. Not that we want to be in there anyway, because it's full of more dangerous wizards, and this is the wall. So if we go up here, we can find the element of earth, but that's not going to help us survive. So I guess we're just going to have to come back and see if we can sneak past the guy, because I don't think we really have a whole lot of other options available to us right now. Oh, that's a bop. Nice. Let's try and avoid destroying it with our magic projectiles, as we're trying to speed ourselves up. So, yeah, the fact that that guy got out of the pyramid really makes this spooky, because we do have the ability to go into the dark cave now, and we can potentially find a full heal in there, which gives us the chance to keep going and make a pretty good shot at this run. But if he's on the surface and we can't get past him, there's a good chance we're going to be murdered the second we try and get over that pyramid again. We don't really have enough speed to get out of there in a hurry if he's trying to kill us. So, let's see what we can do. We're gonna run across to the western side again and see if we can escape it. We'll see what happens. Up we go. I don't think there's anything up higher from the top of the pyramid. Or if there is, I think it's much too high for us to be able to just walk there. If we can kill the minions, we might be able to get past. At least they drop money every time, that's nice of them. Okay. Sandman, why are you so popular with these effects? Well, that shield actually might make a big difference. Let's flee. Let's flee. I don't know where the boss is, so we're just gonna run. If he decided not to come murder us, I am cool with that. Okay, we're gonna make it back in the world, we're gonna make this happen, let's go. The interesting thing about the homunculus is the homunculus doesn't seem to have a timer. I think the reason is homunculi can be killed. Like, they take damage from things, and as a result, they don't time out because of their invulnerability wearing off. So, that homunculus might be around for a long time if we're not near anything that's actually going to hurt it enough. Okay, we're almost making it back to the water. It's always such a pain. I wish there was more consistent ways to be able to move faster on the surface. I did choose to come up here, so it is on me. But you provided me with the portal to the surface, so I figured we might as well try and use it. Turned out that the the pyramid was a little bit above our pay grade, though. Alright, let's make our way back to civilization. And then we'll see what we can do from there. Here's the lake. What if we kick this one? Oh, that's weird. It attracts all the fish. Why are you just standing there and attacking? You... Sandman, you just murdered yourself. That's neat, but it's weird. Alright, let's get out of here. I don't know what those music machines are for, but now that we've found a large crystal music note, I have a feeling that there's gotta be some things we gotta bring to them. We'll see. Yeah, they drowned, exactly. Okay. Back to civilization. Back into the world we go. We gotta be a little careful, because we are very low on health. Oh hey, 50 maximum HP. Oh wow, that actually healed us too. That's pretty valuable. The only downside here is that we did annihilate all of our other things. Might as well kick the other sound box. Yeah, the only problem is it's really far away. I don't want to walk all the way to the west now if I still can't move fast. So I'm probably gonna just take what we've got and move along. If I'm gonna go around and try and do things with the sound boxes, we're gonna want to be able to move faster than that. Hastium or something is a big must for that, really. Yeah, not a bad drilling one if we had found it at the start, but we really did not find anything at the start last time. So we are going to go over to the west-hand side and find ourselves in a new realm of horror. But at least we'll get a full heal on the way to go do it, so we'll have a better chance of surviving. Mud is not my favorite surface or substance to try and put out fires with, so we may want to try and replace that as well if we can. Loop our way around here. That's a big piece of gold. I'll take it. Look, big lump though. We do have to be careful though. We're not immune to damage until we get there, and our health is still very low. 58 is more than just 8, so we didn't die because I walked into that guy. But we are not sturdy at the moment. Now, I actually don't know if I can see very well in this place, because when we have a light spell, I don't think I have it on any of our wands, which is gonna be annoying, because if we had the light spell on a wand, we'd be able to see where we were. But I think I removed it from all of them. Ah, that's bad. That's the poison goop we're worried about. Thankfully, it doesn't last for too long. It burns itself away in the air. Nothing special there. Alright, let's make our way over here. So this is the place we want to be. We just need to be a little bit higher up. That's fine. We can make that happen. Gotta be a little careful with it, because otherwise we're gonna murder ourselves with our drilling again. And we do need to make sure we have a little bit of suffocation room if I navigate wrong in the dark. We may try and dump a lot of the water out, though, to make this safer. There are a couple of different ways we can try and maneuver through here to make it a little bit less dangerous. It's rude, but not the end of the world. We have 2 shields! And I'm still poisoning myself to death. Okay, we have a tunnel through here. So this is the entrance to this area. We can use this to get into the water. Let's actually just get ourselves a proper water bottle first, because I'm going to want one of those to clear off the goop in future. Okay. Now, we have to go back down. So let's just make ourselves a bit of a descent path here if we can. The toxic goop is so annoying. So persistent. Alright. Down to the bottom we go, because from here, what we want to do is make an exit path for some water. Because you see, this water is what we need to try and tunnel through. And if we can get it out here, instead of being in there, then we can just walk through the dark tunnel instead of having to figure out how to navigate it while drowning. And I'm a big fan of not drowning, so that sounds great to me. The only problem is this poison really makes it hard to dig. It is very mean. So we're gonna flood this whole area. Let the water drain out into there. Don't plug the hole. We're gonna try and drain the water out into this area, and that should let us move around in there without having the same problems with not being able to see where we're going while we drown. Because if we come up to the top here, we can use our light... Oh, this doesn't even make light. That's very rude. I thought that would be light. It's concentrated light. I guess not. We can use this one, though, to see where the walls are. So that'll let us navigate in the dark so that we can find our way through the space. We just need to let the actual contents drain their way out of here so that we can deal with this without getting murdered. Because there is a lot of water in there, and if we can't see where we're going, it's probably going to kill us. So that'll let us get a full heal, and then we can go explore a little bit further from there. It's too bad this is a metal chunk here, otherwise I'd be able to drill it out. Can I smash it with this at all? Almost. Not quite in an effective way. Oh, hey, acid trail. That's great, given that we have no health. If any of that acid touches us, we're dead. Especially dangerous since I can't actually see in there, so putting all that acid, if it isn't going to dissolve like this, might be a bad move. Ah, I forgot! I forgot acid trail still effects on things that don't shoot. You murdered me, friends. You murdered me. Well done. Alright, let's go one more time. This is probably going to be our last run for today. There's still some stuff I want to try and do, though. We keep almost getting good runs happening, and then I forget that the effects will murder me. A worm will murder me, the acid will murder me, etc., and etc., and etc. That's fine. It's fun to goof around either way, even if we don't necessarily make an incredible run put together. Some ambrosia, I'll take that. Why do I get so low on health all the time? You're right, that really is on me. And the answer is simple. It is because I am bad at video games. Now, there is a wand in there, but I don't know if I can get it. That might be enough. Okay. One more from close range should do it. What is this? This is a torch wand. Incidentally, if we use this in the water, it doesn't do anything. I would have thought that it would, like, evaporate the water, because it's trying to create fire, but it just doesn't work. So nothing happens. Alright. See, the problem is, one of the things that made some of our previous runs go so well, is that since we were just... Oh no. Since we were just trying to go straight to the bottom, it meant that I didn't really have to worry about not going to the Holy Mountains, which gives us the health refills and health upgrades and all those good juicy bits that'll keep us running in the game here. But since we're trying to do some weirder stuff now, it makes it more likely that we're going to wind up overextending and getting stuck somewhere that we probably shouldn't go. So, if we want to try and make runs go better, all I have to do is try not to do interesting things and just push further down the tower, because one of the things we do want to try and accomplish eventually is going up the tower, which is an interesting area that we've found access to but haven't actually survived yet. But if I want to try and explore these side areas, which I'm really curious about, it's much more dangerous. Shield Bubble is probably not a great spell for us to want to hold on to, but we'll take the wand anyway, because who knows, it might be better than we've already got. At this point, we don't need to spend much time looking at it, because it'll be better than no wand, no matter what. But it might not be much better than no wand. Well, that's a dead end. We can use our torch here to light the wood on fire, but it usually likes lighting wood above you, not underneath you. So like that wood, easy to light. These guys, easy to light. Underneath us, not so easy to light. Alright, let's keep scooting. We got plenty more places to run around in. Oh, that's actually not quite far enough down to get us out of that area. Thankfully, we have a wand that will do enough for us here, but still. This looks weird. This looks like the terrain overlapped two different structures it was trying to build. We're gonna go eat that fungus and just see how weird we can make the world. Ah, polymorphine. I don't see the polymorphine. Apparently we drowned in there. Great. Not our finest moment, but so it goes. Alright, I'm gonna take that as a sign. I think this is probably where we're gonna end this stream for now. Thanks for coming and watching, folks. Hopefully you had a good time, even though it was a series of disasters. I'm really curious about this summon portal spell. We might try and figure out what else we can do with that in the future. And there's plenty of other little bits and pieces that'll be interesting for us to explore. But for now, I think that's probably going to be it. For future streams, the next stream I do is probably going to be finishing Vaporum. After that, I don't know for sure. We might play some Peglin on stream. I don't know if that'll be fun to watch or not. So I've been hesitant to play it yet. But we'll see what's what. We've got a couple of other options of things that I would like to mess around with. So we'll see. Either way, thanks for watching, folks. Have yourselves a great rest of the day. I gotta go eat some food or something because I'm getting tired. So have a good one. Bye-bye.